A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now mid-December, and as is their custom every year at this time, Jack and Mary have gone to one of the local department stores to do their Christmas shopping. But before we take you there, let us look in at the office of a prominent psychiatrist.
Also, now, relax, please, back on the couch and tell me what is your hallucination. Why are you afraid to go back to work?
Doctor, it's no hallucination. It happens every year at this time. Just before Christmas. Every year. Just before Christmas.
Calmly, Mr. Blank. Don't get excited. Lay back on the couch. Now, tell me, when did it first start?
During the Christmas shopping rush in 1946. As I told you, I'm a salesman at the department store, and this kindly-looking, blue-eyed old gentleman bought a gift. Then 6 times that day he came back, pestered me, and exchanged it for a different model.
Well, what was the gift he kept exchanging?
Shoelaces.
He bought someone shoelaces for a gift?
Yeah, for someone named Don.
Now, how could he possibly exchange shoelaces 6 times?
Well, first he bought laces with metal tips. Then he came back because he thought plastic tips looked more modern. Soon he was back again. He was afraid the plastic tips might crack, so he went back to metal tips. Then he got to thinking the metal tips might rust, so he came back to change them to plastic tips. 6 times he changed his mind. Plastic tips, metal tips, plastic tips, metal tips, plastic tips, metal tips.
Please, come out. You're supposed to be on the couch, not under it. Well, tell me, what did this man do the next year?
The next year I was lucky. I didn't see him.
Oh, he didn't come into the store?
I don't know. I was in a sanitarium.
Definite traumatic psychosis. When you got out, did you go back to your job at the department store?
Yeah, but I was smart. I had him transfer me to the jewelry department.
What was smart about that?
Well, this old gentleman didn't look like the jewelry buying type.
Then you did not see him last year?
He found me.
And more trouble?
Yeah. Once again, he came in to buy something for Don. This time it was cufflinks.
Well, that is good. Who could find anything wrong with cufflinks?
He found it. It was the engraving. First he had them engraved DW. So I wrapped them, all pretty and Christmassy. Then he goes off happy, and I am silently saying a prayer of thanks.
That is good.
Not good. He discovers that DW has a middle initial. So first he buys the gift, then I engrave the gift, then I wrap the gift. Then he changes his mind about the engraving. So I unwrap the gift, I change the engraving, rewrap the gift. And then he changes his mind and wants cheaper cufflinks. So I have to go through wrapping, engraving, and rewrapping again and again.
Please, I'm trying to help you. Stop choking me.
I'm sorry, Doctor.
Mr. Blank, avoiding your work will cause repression that should only magnify this in your subconscious.
So you think I should go back to my job?
But certainly you will probably never run into this aggravating man again.
Well, I have taken precautions. This year I asked to be put in the gardening tools department.
Gardening tools?
Yeah. All these people live in the city. They have no use for anything like that.
Good. You are facing your problem face to face with your face. But remember, should you ever meet this man anyplace, use psychology. Be nice, be calm, be pleasant to him, and you will have no trouble.
Oh, don't worry, Doctor. I won't see him. But if I do, I'll be calm and I'll be nice to him. Well, goodbye.
Goodbye, and Merry Christmas, Mr. Blank.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Doctor. Now I gotta hurry back to the store.
Gosh, Mary, no matter how early you try to do your Christmas shopping, the store is always crowded.
Yeah.
Yet I can't start doing my shopping any earlier. I like to buy modern, up-to-the-minute gifts, you know.
As far as I'm concerned, your gifts are ahead of the times.
What do you mean?
You gave me jewelry that turned green years before they had chlorophyll.
Oh, stop. Now, let's see. I still have to buy lots of gifts. I'm going to the jewelry department to see if I can find something for my sponsor.
Well, I've got to get something for my mother. I'll meet you out here later.
Okay, Mary. Now, let's see. Where's the jewelry department? I think it's on the next floor, the top one. I wonder where... Oh, there's the floor walker. I'll ask him. Oh, floor walker. Floor walker. Can you give me some information?
Ask me anything. I'm a talking horse.
Oh, stop. You don't even look like a horse.
Not now. There's a veterinarian in Denmark who does wonders.
Now, stop with that silly talk, or I'll go to the manager and report you. Now, look, I'm looking for a jewelry department. Will you tell me where to go?
Ooh, yeah.
Never mind. Yes, sir. May I help you, young man?
Yes, I'm looking for Christmas gifts for my mother and father.
Well, this is the sporting goods department. How about some golf balls?
No.
Tennis rackets?
No.
Hey, I've got an idea. What about a punching bag?
Hey, that's great. Now, what would you suggest for my father?
Just a minute, young man. You want to get this punching bag for your mother?
Uh-huh.
That's rather unusual. Has she ever had one before?
No, she always used my father. You can send the punching bag and I'll enclose a card to both my parents.
Yes, sir. What's your address?
It's on Orange Avenue. The number is 3247 and a half.
A half? Oh, it's a duplex.
No, it was hit by lightning. Wrap it up. I'll take it with me.
Mary.
Oh, here I am, Jack. Did you get a present for your sponsor?
Yes, I sent him a nail file.
A nail file? You think that's a suitable Christmas gift for a sponsor?
Well, for just any sponsor, no, but mine needs sharp fingernails, so he can tear and compare. I'm sure he'll like it. Now, let's see. I've already given you a bonus, and I bought Dennis's gift. Gee, I wish I knew what to buy for Don Wilson.
It ought to be easy to get something for Don. He just moved into a new home. Get something for his house.
No, I heard him mention that his entire home was furnished by an interior decorator.
Oh, yes. Oh, wait a minute, Jack. Isn't Don's new home sort of a little ranch in the San Fernando Valley?
Yes.
Well, why don't you get him some gardening tools?
Yeah. Gardening tools. Why didn't I think of that? Say, Mary, I know what to get Don as a Christmas present, and he'll really appreciate it.
What?
A gopher trap.
A gopher trap?
Yeah, I heard him mention that this place is overrun with gophers. Come on, Mary, let's go.
You go yourself. I'm going to buy a gift for Barbara Stanwyck. I'll meet you at the perfume counter.
Okay, Mary. I'll see you later. Let's see. Where would I get a gopher trap? I wonder if that comes under hunting equipment. Now, where's that floor walker? Oh, there he is, way over there. Oh, floor walker! Floor walker!
Did you call me?
Yes, where can I buy a gopher trap?
In the gardening tools department down in the basement.
Thanks. Imagine that. A crazy floor walker saying he's a horse. Well, I better get over to the gardening tools department.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what...
excuse me, clerk.
Yes, sir. What can I... Oh, sure.
What?
I'm sorry, sir. I must be calm. I'll be happy to wait on you.
Thank you. I'd like to buy a gopher trap.
Yes, sir. Excuse me, I'll go get one for you. He wants a gopher trap. A gopher trap? What trouble can I get into with that? Here they are. Here you are, sir. This is the most popular type of gopher trap.
It looks so complicated. How does it work?
Well, you open this little door, and you set it with this wire. Then you put a piece of tomato in this wire cage for bait.
Well, that's fine. But wait a minute. What do you do with the gopher after you have him trapped?
Well, you have to take him out and kill him.
That seems so cruel.
Well, we have another type trap that catches them and kills them at the same time.
Oh, you have another kind of trap?
I have to tell him yet. Yes, sir. Here it is, sir.
How does this one work?
Well, you spread these two sharp prongs apart, and pretty soon the little gopher comes sniffing around, walks in, boing, and that's the end of him.
Good. I'll take this one here that kills them, you see. Wrap it up as a Christmas gift.
Yes, sir. A Christmas gift?
I'm giving it to someone for Christmas. Now, I want red and green ribbons and tinsel and everything.
Okay.
And clerk, enclose a card saying...
To Don, I know.
That's right. I'll be back and pick it up later.
Hey, Mary.
Oh, hello, Bob. Doing your Christmas shopping?
Uh-huh. And, Mary, when you got a wife and 5 kids, that's really a chore.
Oh, I imagine it is. What are you getting the kids?
Well, I'm getting both the girls dresses and the 2 younger boys electric trains. For my oldest boy, I'm getting a bicycle.
Ooh, that's nice.
Well, I thought so, too, but he keeps complaining. He thinks he's too old for a bicycle.
So, what does he want?
Marilyn Monroe.
No.
Yeah. Well, I got some more shopping to do. You want to join me, Mary?
No, I've got to wait here for Jack.
Hey, that reminds me. I've got to buy Jack's present right now. It's kind of hard to figure out a gift for him. Have you got any suggestions?
Well, how about something for his den? I mean, a picture, a book, or...
Say, I know what. I think I could get him a lamp to put on the table near his telephone.
Yeah, he can use a lamp by that phone.
Boy, you're not kidding. It's so dark in that corner that twice I put a dime in the quarter slot.
Yeah, that's a nice gift. It'll save us all money.
See you later, Mary.
Oh, Mary!
Over here, Jack. What took you so long?
I'm sorry, but the store is so busy.
Well, Jack, who else do you have to get gifts for?
Well, I'll have to look at the list.
Thank you, ma'am. That's $6.70. Yes, sir, that's $4 even. Yes, ma'am, $3 out of 10.
Listen, Mary. They're playing our song. Oh, here's my list. Now, let's see.
Well, hello, Jack. Hello, Mary.
Hi, Don. Gosh, you're carrying a lot of packages.
Sure am.
Hey, what's that big bundle there on the bottom?
Oh, I just got that in the sports department. You know, I like to go hunting occasionally, and I bought myself a tent.
Oh, really? Single-breasted or double?
What's that square box, Don?
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that, Mary. That's a tape recorder the Sportsman Quartet and I bought for the sponsor.
Oh, Don, a recorder's a wonderful gift for the sponsor.
And I've got the entire cast record a greeting to him. That is, everybody except you. Now, would you do it?
Well, Don, let me hear what you've got first.
Okay. I'll play it for you.
We're sending you a Christmas greeting just so you will know what fun it is to sing for you here on the radio. Be happy, go lucky, be happy, get better taste. Be happy, go lucky, get better taste today.
This is Mary wishing you a Merry Christmas too. And what a lucky day for us, the day that we met you.
There is nothing, no, there's nothing that I like as well as Nana Sheva the Vix and good old LSMFT, our letters quite well known to you. So at this special time of year, they'll sell our greeting too. L is for those little lights on every Christmas tree. S, of course, could only stand for Santa, you'll agree. M is for the mistletoe and Merry Christmas too. F is for your friends and keepers, ties they give to you. Dublin and Killarney and the Shaws of Galway Bay, may all the green and Christmas trees and holly come your way. And may your socks of Kelly green be filled with all you like, with shamrocks and shillelaghs and some good old Lucky Strikes. Be happy, go lucky, be happy, get better taste. Be happy, go lucky, get better taste today.
Greetings to our sponsor and a happy 53 with all the joys that come from smoking LSMFT.
I have to dress like Santa Claus at home on Christmas Day. The beard I wear is not my own, it's just an old toupee. Lucky all the way. I clean their pressure, move their clothes, we close them night and day. Lucky strike, join in wishing you a very Merry Christmas.
That was very clever, Don. Don, I'll put something in there too.
That's swell, Jack. Well, I've got to go.
Oh, more shopping, Don?
No, I'd better get home to my wife. She's not feeling too well.
Oh, that's a shame, Don. What's wrong with Lois?
Oh, nothing serious, but this morning she went out in the garden and saw a dead gopher. The mere sight of it made her faint, but she'll be all right. So long.
So long, Don. Come on, Jack. We better go. Jack, what are you thinking about?
What Don said. He said his wife faints at the sight of dead gophers.
Well, so what?
So what? Mary, I bought down the type of trap that kills the gophers.
Well, what do you want to get? The kind that lifts their feet up and pats them on the po-po?
Get the kind of a trap, you know, the kind that traps them alive. Wait here, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, clerk. Yes, sir, I got your package right here. It's gift wrapped and tied with tinsel ribbon. Just a second, I'll get it for you.
Oh, don't get it. I've changed my mind.
What?
I want to exchange it for the kind that captures the gophers alive.
Look, mister, there's really no difference.
I'm sorry, I don't want the trap that kills the gophers.
What do you care? You don't know him personally.
It's not that.
But, mister, it took me 10 minutes to wrap that gopher trap as a gift with all the tinsel and ribbons. Look at all the trouble you put me through.
Look, I'm sorry, I don't want the trap that kills them. I like to be kind to animals.
Why don't you try it with people?
What?
Nothing. I must be polite. I'm sorry, sir.
Good. Now, gift wrap one that catches the gophers alive, and I'll be back.
I know.
Mary said she'd wait here. Well, since she's not here, I'll go over to the lingerie counter and buy some stockings for my sister Florence. See, I think Florence wears size...
Hey, Bud. Bud.
Huh?
Come here a minute.
Who, me?
Yeah. Where you going?
To the lingerie counter. I'm going to buy some stockings for my sister.
What kind?
Nylon. Huh?
Get silk stockings.
Why?
Silk will give you a run for the money.
Well, I don't know. I don't think I'll get her stockings. Maybe I'll get her something else, something real nice. What do you think of a sheer negligee?
A great show bet.
Say, look, fella, every time I run into you, you tout me on trains, apples, candy, everything but horses.
So what?
Look, Santa Anita's going to open in a couple of weeks, so for once, why don't you give me a tip on a race?
Okay. Got a great horse for you on opening day.
You have? What is it?
Floor walker in the second.
I saw him, and he's carrying too much weight. See you later.
Yes, so long, Bud.
So long. I always run into that guy. I wonder where Mary is. Hey, there's Rochester doing some shopping. I bet he's buying something for me. I'm going to eavesdrop and see what he gets me.
May I wait on you?
Yes, sir. I'm looking for a Christmas gift for my boss.
For your boss, eh? How about a tie?
No, he has lots of those.
Well, how about a wallet? Or a money clip?
Money clip? What's a money clip?
No, it's a thing to hold your folding money.
I've never had any that folds. How does it work?
Well, it's a spring-like metal clip that holds your money tight.
He's got a fist that does that.
Wait till I get Rochester home.
Hi, Jack.
Oh, hello, Bob. Doing your shopping, too, I see.
Yes, Jack, and as a matter of fact, I've gotten all the gifts for everybody except Don Wilson. Do you have any suggestions?
No, I had a tough time deciding on a gift for Donzie. Myself, I finally got him something for his ranch, a gopher trap.
Well, that's different anyway. And it makes a sensible gift. Everybody wants to kill those little pests.
Oh, this isn't the kind that kills them, you see. This catches them alive.
Jack, those kind aren't any good. Why, if the gopher is in there a long time, he bites his way out and he gets away.
Oh, you mean the traps that kill them are better?
Well, certainly.
Well, excuse me, Bob. I've got to take care of something.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I used to.
Hello, Mr. Blank. How is it going?
Huh? Oh, hello, Doctor.
Did that blue-eyed gentleman find you?
Like he had radar. He comes over here to buy a gopher trap. A simple little thing like a gopher trap. First he decides on one that catches them alive. But I made a mistake. Before I wrapped it, I let him know we also had the kind that kills them. So I sell him one of those. Then I wrap it and put tinsel and ribbon on it, and he goes away. Then he comes back and he makes me unwrap it because he wants the kind that catches them alive.
Control yourself. Control yourself. Here, take this little pill. It will calm your nerves.
I can't take a pill, Doctor. There's no water here. And I can't leave my counter during this rush.
Please, I am the doctor. You go take the pill. I'll wait on any customers who come along.
Well, okay. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
Yes, Oh, where's the other clerk?
He has gone for a little while. Perhaps I can take care of you.
Well, yes. I have a gopher trap here wrapped as a gift.
Oh, here it is. Merry Christmas.
Oh, just a minute. I don't want this one. See, I want the other kind.
But, mister, this is all wrapped up with tinsel and ribbons. I'm sure the Gopher will like it just as well.
But look, I don't want this kind. See, it traps them alive. I want the kind that kills them instantly.
Very well. Yeah, I guess that's the kind. Yeah.
Here you are? Yeah, wait, I don't want it like that. I want it gift wrapped.
Isn't that kind of silly?
No, never mind. Just wrap it up. Huh?
All right.
Look, not so much red ribbon. Get some more green in there.
Look, mister, it's Christmas, not St. Patrick's Day. Yes, here you are.
Thank you. Wait a minute. You forgot to take the card out of the other one and close it in this one.
Can't you put another card on the outside?
No. I want the original card. You see, the one that I had something written on there. So unwrap the first trap. Take the card out and unwrap the second trap. Put the card in, then rewrap the second trap.
What is this? First you make me wrap the second package, then you want me to unwrap the first one.
That's right. Huh?
You take the card out, unwrap the second one, put the card in, more tinsel, more ribbon, not so much red, more green, unwrap it, rewrap it.
Wait a minute, mister, calm down. You get upset too easily. You ought to see a psychiatrist.
I am a psychiatrist.
Control yourself.
I'm not going to. I know all about you, Blue Eyes. I know about you and your shoelaces and the plastic tips and the metal tips and the initials on the couplings and the rewrapping in the cartridge. Oh, I know you. I know you, Blue Eyes.
Look, wait a minute.
You're not going to make me crazy. You're not going to drive me crazy.
Wait a minute.
Jack will be back in just a moment. But first, nothing. No, nothing beats better taste. And remember...
Lucky tastes better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother.
Lucky tastes better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother. For Lucky strike me. Fine tobacco, richer tasting. Fine tobacco.
Lucky tastes better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky strike. Lucky strike.
Friends, when it comes to your own enjoyment of a cigarette, nothing, no, nothing beats better taste. And Lucky's taste better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. That's because Lucky's are made of fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco. LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And Lucky's are made better to taste better, made round and firm and fully packed to draw freely and smoke evenly. And because Lucky's do taste better, they'll make wonderful gifts for all the smokers on your Christmas list. Right now, you can get Lucky's in their bright and cheery new Christmas carton, created by Raymond Loewy, the world-famous designer. You'll find them at any cigarette counter. So make it a lucky Christmas. Give everyone a colorful Christmas carton of Lucky Strike.
Be happy, go lucky for Christmas gifts this year.
Good night, everybody. We're a little late.
The program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balzer, John Tackerberry, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Mark. The Jack Benny program is brought to you by Lucky Strike, product of the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes.
This is the CBS Radio Network.
The Jack Benny program, brought to you by the Home Insurance Company of New York, one of the world's leading protectors of America's homes and the homes of American industry.
That's the policy at the Home Insurance Company. That's the policy at the Home Insurance Company. Protect your business, home, and property. Just make sure you have a policy with the Home Insurance Company. It's friendly, neighborly, that's the policy you should own.
By now, your Christmas shopping is done, or it should be. I'll bet you spent more than you planned to, didn't you? That's always the way. There's not much you can do about it with the cost of things today. Everything costs more. That's why we so strongly urge you to let an agent of the Home Insurance Company go over your present policies and make sure that your home and other property are fully protected. If you had to replace them at today's prices, you would want to be sure your insurance covers the whole thing. Any home agent will be glad to analyze your insurance needs and give you good, sound, reliable advice. And it won't cost you a penny for that service. Call it a Christmas gift from your home insurance agent to you. And now, the Jack Benny program, brought to you this week and every week by your own agent of the Home Insurance Company. Broadcasting from the Veterans Administration Hospital in Long Beach, California, Jack Benny, with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, since our program today comes to you from a hospital, I take great pleasure in bringing you a man who talks like a doctor and walks like a nurse, Ralph Jack
Well, that's all I've got to say. Well, thank you. Hello again. This is Jack Benny talking. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Don.
Oh, I'm sorry to break up like this, Jack, but that introduction I gave you was so funny, I just can't help laughing.
Oh, you thought it was funny, huh, Don?
Yeah. You're not angry, are you?
No.
Well, I'm glad you're not, because you don't need anything for a laugh.
Yeah.
Talks like a doctor and walks like a nurse. Jack, you sure you're not angry?
Don, now why should I be angry? When you said I talked like a doctor, I was flattered. After all, if I'm a doctor, I'm an MD. MD means more deductions. Which is exactly what you're going to find on your paycheck this week. Now, laugh that one off.
Now, wait a minute, Jack. Every time I say something that strikes me funny, you always...
Don, don't get excited. I'm not going to cut your salary. I only said that to stop you from laughing. See, the way you were shaking, I was afraid Terminal Island would sink another 3 feet. No kidding, fellas. You ever see a stomach as big as Don's? If that thing was filled with toys, every kid in America would be loaded. Hey, Don, if you're such a laughing boy, why is it when I say funny things you don't get hysterical? That was a pretty good joke, you know.
Well, frankly, I fail to see the humor in any platitudes concerning my obesity.
What does that mean?
I don't like being called a big fat slob.
Oh, well, in that case... Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack. Hiya, fellas.
Well, Mary, I'm certainly glad you got here in time for the show. You know, you had me worried.
Well, I'm sorry, Jack, but I overslept. It took me an hour and 20 minutes to drive down from Beverly Hills.
Oh, you overslept, huh?
Yeah. I've been up late every night this week.
Well, look, Mary, if I told you once, I've told you 1,000 times. If you want to remain a big star, you can't stay up all hours of the night having fun.
Who's having fun? I'm wrapping Christmas packages at Make Company.
Oh, yes, the Christmas rush, yeah.
Excuse me a minute, Jack. Oh, Don.
Yes, Mary?
I've got a big surprise for you. Just as I entered the building, I ran into Dr. Komar and Dr. Boers.
No kidding, Mary. Dr. Komar and Dr. Boer, huh?
Who's Dr. Komar? Who's Dr. Boers?
John, they said that since the operation, they've received honorary mention from the Medical Society.
Ah, gee, that's quite an honor for Dr. Komar and Dr. Boers.
Who's Dr. Komar and who's Dr. Boers?
And you know, Don...
Wait a minute. Who's Dr. Komar and Dr. Boers?
Well, Jack, if you must know, they're the doctors who performed a major abdominal operation on Don.
On Don?
Yes.
Gee, I didn't know Don had a stomach operation, Mary. What did they take out?
They didn't take anything out. They put in a deep freeze.
Now, Now, Mary, before you came in, Don told me that he doesn't like any platitudes concerning his obesity.
What does that mean?
I don't know, Mary, really. I'm quoting.
Oh, Longfellow the poet?
No, Fatfellow the announcer. Now, look, Mary, we came down to entertain the boys here at the Veteran Administration Hospital. So let's not... Oh, excuse me, Mary. Come in.
Here I am, boss.
Rochester. Well, bring it right in, Rochester. We'll set it up here in the corner.
Jack, a Christmas tree.
That's right, Mary. I bought it for the boys here.
Well, Jack, with trees selling for $1.50 a foot, you certainly picked out a nice big one.
Oh, I picked this one out, Miss Livingston. I returned the one that Mr. Benny bought.
Why? Couldn't you get it through the door?
Through the door? You could have gotten that one through the keyhole.
Rochester, do me a favor. Just set the tree up and start trimming it.
Okay. And, boss, if I do a good job, would you give me the rest of the week off? I sort of made arrangements to play Santa this year.
Rochester, you're going to play Santa Claus?
No, Santa Anita.
I should have known. I'm sorry, Rochester, but I'm not giving you any time off to go to the racetrack.
But, boss...
Rochester, don't but boss me. You've been working for me for 12 years, and I've made it a policy never to let you gamble.
Well, Mr. Benny is right, Rochester. It'd be different if you were making a decent salary.
Why, certainly. Now, Rochester, set up the Christmas tree and start trimming it.
Okay. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Rochester.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. If my voice was higher, you would fire Dennis Day.
I would not. Now, Rochester, just hang the ornaments on the tree and be very careful with them because...
Hello, Mary. Hello, Jack. Hiya, fellas.
Bob Crosby. Say, Bob, this is the first time you've been down to the Veterans Hospital in Long Beach. How do you like it?
Oh, it's just wonderful, Jack. You know, this whole place is run just like a great, big, luxurious hotel.
A hotel?
You know, Jack, I ran into a friend of mine who's a patient here, and you should have heard him rave about the service.
No kidding.
Why, he said all you have to do is just yell, and 4 beautiful nurses rush in and wait on you.
No.
Yes. And he said it doesn't matter when you feel like eating. All you got to do is just press a little buzzer, and the chef comes out, sits on the edge of your bed, and says, "Which would you prefer, boys, filet mignon or crepe Suzette?"
Well, that is service. I don't blame your friend for raving.
Oh, that isn't all. If you feel like a little liqueur or champagne after dinner, why, my friend said all you have to do is just call the wine steward and,
Bob, why'd you stop talking?
Well, that's where my friend stopped. He came out of the ether.
Well, I thought he was exaggerating a little bit.
Say, do you mind if I ask you something?
Not at all, Bob. What is it?
Well, what would you do if you found out that someone was stealing your jokes and trying to imitate you?
Well, I'd be awfully upset about it. Why do you ask?
Well, I'm in the same predicament. Yeah, there's another singer around. He makes records and everything. Goes out of his way to sound an awful lot like me.
I think I know who you mean. Bob Hope introduced me to him. While they were making that picture, The Road to Redondo. But look, if you're so concerned about this fellow stealing your style, why don't you talk to him?
Well, I did, and he hit me over the head with Gary.
Well, good.
Well, wait a minute, Bob. If you feel that your brother Bing's reputation is hurting you professionally, why don't you change your name?
Say, that's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that before? That's what I'll do. I'll change my name.
What are you going to change it to?
Sam Crosby.
Well, that'll fool everybody. Now, look, Mary.
Oh, boss!
What is it, Rochester?
I'm almost finished trimming the tree. How's it look?
Those ornaments I brought down certainly look nice, but Rochester, the tree doesn't look colorful with just the red ornaments. Put some green ones on now.
There ain't any green ones.
Rochester, I picked out 2 dozen green ones. How come they're all red?
They ripened on the way down. I told you not to use them.
I can't understand how those tomatoes could ripen so fast. From Beverly Hills to Long Beach is only 40 miles as the crow flies.
That's a joke. You got it, Maxwell.
Oh, stop.
Rochester's right, Jack. Why don't you get rid of that old car and buy a new one?
I'll tell you why, Mary. That car has been like an old friend to me. Been with me through rain and shine, through thick and thin, through good times and bad.
Through McKinley and
Coolidge, I know. Very funny, Mary, very funny. I think that was the cleverest line in the show. Don't you think so, Bob? Bob? Sam.
Yes, sir.
Everybody has to be a comedian.
Well, Jack, you've got to admit that Mary got off some beautiful ad-libs today.
I know. She must be trying to impress the girls at the May Company.
May Company? What does he mean, Mary?
Well, Bob, I can't live on what Jack is paying me, so I'm working nights wrapping Christmas gifts.
Oh, no. Now, wait a minute. I don't believe that Jack could be that cheap.
Well, brother, you're in for a shock.
A shock?
Yeah, last night I wrapped the Christmas gift he's sending you.
No kidding, Mary. What did you get me?
Well, I'm not allowed to tell, Bob. When wrap the Christmas package, save the paper. It's the most expensive part.
You nearly lost that joke up. Look. I thought she'd never get to the end of that one. I don't mind being stingy, but get to it. Now, Bob, believe me, I'm sending you a bill. Excuse me. Come in.
Mr. Benny?
Yes?
Mr. Benny, I represent the patients here at the Long Beach Veterans Hospital.
I see.
We understand that when you did a show at an air base, the boys gave you a propeller with their names on it.
Yes, they did.
And when you did a program at a naval base, they gave you a life preserver bearing the signatures of the entire personnel.
That's right.
So we, too, would like to present you with a token of our appreciation.
You would?
Yes. On behalf of the patients here at the Veterans Hospital in Long Beach, I'd like to present you with this autographed bed sheet.
Well, isn't that wonderful? Gee, look at all the names of the boys here. Wait a minute, what's this name here? It looks like Robert Smith. But the Robert is scratched out, and it says Louise.
Yes, the doctors here are as good as the ones in Denmark.
Louise. Well, what do you know? Well, thank you very much for the gift.
You're welcome.
What a thing to present me with, a bed sheet.
Oh, boss!
Yes, Rochester?
I can't reach the top of the tree to put the star on it.
Well, of course you can't reach it. Use the ladder.
But, boss, that ladder's awful wobbly.
Oh, stop being a baby. Give me that star. I'll climb the ladder and put it up myself. There we are. Now all I have to do is lean over and...
Jack, the ladder's starting to shake. Look out!
Boss, the tree looks beautiful.
What do you mean the tree looks beautiful? I still got the star in my hand.
I know, but your toupee flew off and caught on the top branch.
My toupee?
Yeah, lots of trees have snow, but this one's got dandruff.
Jack, when you fell off the ladder, did you hurt yourself?
No, darn it.
What do you mean, darn it?
Well, the year's almost up, and I haven't had a chance to use my Blue Cross policy yet. Now, Rochester, set the ladder up again. I'm going to put that star up.
I'll get it, Jack. Hello?
Hello. This is the Snooper Radio Survey calling.
It's the radio survey calling. I'm going to have some fun with it. What did you say, ma'am?
This is the Snooper Radio Survey. What program are you listening to?
The Jack Benny Show.
I see. And that's sponsored by...
The Home Insurance Company. You know, that's the company that has those friendly agents, the ones that are always around when you really need them.
Oh, it's a wonderful company. And I must say I enjoy that radio show of theirs. It's so entertaining.
Yes, I get a kick out of it, too. Especially that announcer of theirs, that Don Wilson.
Well, I don't know about him. He's always seemed like sort of a square to me.
Square? Gee, I never had that opinion about Don Wilson. Debonair and continental, perhaps, but not a square.
Well, I suppose they could have done worse. But I carry home insurance myself, and I think you should emphasize a lot more good points about them.
But, lady...
Like how helpful they are. Well, I don't know of any company that has agents who are more considerate of your needs. And the few times I've had a loss, they couldn't have been more prompt or generous in settling my claims. Now, that Don Wilson of yours should mention things like that.
Well, I see your point. Now, is there anything else I can help you with?
Yes, on your way home, pick up some hamburger for dinner.
What?
Donald, this is Lois.
Oh, for heaven's sake, Jack, it's my wife. Lois, why did you call up and say you were working for a radio survey?
But, darling, I am. We can't live on that lousy salary Jack pays you.
Well, honey, as long as you're working, I'll bring home steaks instead of hamburgers. What a woman.
Hello, Mr. Benny. Hello, everybody.
Dennis, what made you so late?
Oh, I wasn't late.
What?
I was here all the time, but my mother told me to hide.
Why would your mother tell you to do a thing like that?
She said I like to see the old man worry.
Dennis, what has your mother got against me anyway? Look what I did for you. I made it possible for you to be on radio. Got your jobs in pictures, television. I don't know why your mother's so mad. Why, last summer when I took you to London, I even bought you first-class passage. I'm worse than Mary here. Why, last summer... I'm going to take that line over again. Why, last summer when I took you to London, I even bought you first-class passage.
That's why she's mad at you.
Why, because your ticket was first class?
No, because it was round trip.
Oh, well, Dennis, I don't care if your mother likes me or not. And, kid, if she was listening to the program, I hope she squirmed a little because I had Bob Crosby sing a song.
Who?
Bob Crosby.
Who?
Dennis, don't you remember me?
Oh, Sam!
Yes, Sam. Now, look here, Dennis.
Jack.
Huh?
No wonder Dennis says silly things. You get him excited. You don't know how to handle him.
I guess you're right, Mary.
Of course I'm right. Now look, Dennis. This is the first time you've been here at the Veterans Hospital. So why don't you...
I was here before.
Oh, you were?
Uh-huh. During the war, when I was entering the service, I had to fill out a questionnaire, and after I got through answering all the questions, they sent me down here for an examination. 3 doctors examined me to see if I was fit for the service.
3 doctors? See, that must have been quite an examination. Did you have to remove all your clothes?
No, they just told me to take off my hat.
Well, that I can believe.
Well, you know, Mr. Benny, I rode down here with Don Wilson, and he told me a very funny joke. Would you like to hear it?
Well, yes, Dennis, go ahead.
Well, Don said that
Just a second, Dennis. Are you sure you can tell this joke before this mixed audience? You know, Louise is here. Is the joke all right?
Oh, sure, it's a wonderful joke.
Well, what is it?
Well, Don told me that you ought to be a big success at this hospital because you talk like a doctor and walk like a nurse.
Dennis, I'm glad you repeated that joke because if I'm a doctor, that makes me an MD. MD stands for Morton Downey, who may be singing on the program next week.
Oy vey.
So watch it.
Oh, boss!
Oh, yes, right. Oh, is that you, oy vey?
Oh, boss!
Oh! Yes, Rochester.
I got the lights on the tree. Should I turn them on?
Not yet. Hey, kids, Rochester's ready to light up the tree. Let's all gather around.
Let's see it, Gus.
Now, okay, Rochester, plug in the light.
Yes, sir.
The wires must be crossed.
Well, something must be crossed. The tomatoes lit up.
Rochester, try it again.
Yes, sir. Oh, here's the trouble, boss. There's a bare wire right by the socket.
Well, don't stand there. Fix it.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Boss, I ain't fooling around with electricity.
Oh, Rochester, imagine being afraid of electricity. Supposing Robert Fulton was afraid. He never would have invented the electric light. Would he?
Jack, you're thinking of Thomas Edison.
Edison? Well, then what did Robert Fulton do?
He wrote, I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus.
Oh, yes. Now, Rochester, please fix these lights.
Okay. Now, let me see. In electricity, there's the electrons and the electrodes. Then there's the positive and the negative. But I ain't positive which one is negative. Then there's the atoms. Now, the atoms are supposed to go from the positive to the negative. Or maybe they go from the electrons to the electrodes. Then again, maybe they go from Long Beach to Wilmington.
Rochester.
Now, as long as these atoms keep passing each other, everything is all right. But when they meet halfway and start fighting, they're going to turn on anybody who tries to butt in.
Rochester, I'm not interested in the scientific details. I just want you to fix those lights. And you've got nothing to be afraid of because while you're fixing it, no one is going to plug it in and no one is going to turn on the switch.
Oh, I know, boss. While I'm holding the bare wire, you ain't going to turn on the switch. And Miss Livingston ain't going to turn on the switch.
Of course not.
But way up there at Boulder Dam, there's a little man sitting in a room all alone with thousands of wires around him.
So what?
Oh, how do I know? He ain't going to do something just to break the monotony.
Rochester, you can stop with the joke.
Jack.
What?
Look, the lights went on.
Oh, yes. Who fixed the wire?
I did, Jack.
Well, isn't that beautiful? Look how pretty the lights are. Oh, Dennis.
Yes, Mr. Benny?
Now that the tree is lit up and the boys here in the hospital are waiting to hear you sing, would you like to do some Christmas carols?
I sure would, Mr. Benny.
All right, go ahead.
In Bethlehem.
Mark will be back in just a moment. But first,
this is the time of year when kids start behaving themselves and thinking of Santa Claus. Grown-ups are thinking about old St. Nick, too, but their thoughts are liable to be running toward gift lists and decorations. It's a happy season. And make sure it stays that way for your family. Plan now to make it a safe Christmas. Be especially careful of your Christmas lights for the tree and the house. And it's a good idea to get them out early and inspect them for worn wiring, defective sockets, and plugs. And when it comes to the gay holiday decorations you'll be putting up, make it a special point to buy only fireproof materials. On anything electrical you may buy or use, look for the initials UL. That means approved by the Underwriters Laboratories. It's your assurance of safety. Resolve now to have the safest and happiest Christmas ever. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of my sponsor and my entire staff, I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas.
The Jack Benny program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Joseph Berg, George Balzer, John Tackerberry, Al Gordon, Hal Goldman, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Marks.
A white Christmas is a wonderful thing for the kids, especially those with new sleds and skis. But it's not so good for drivers. If you have to be on the road during the holiday season, won't you drive with special care? On snow or ice, test your stopping power as soon as you start out. Make sure your windshield is clear and your wipers and defrosters in good order. And again, from all of us on the Benny Show and from the Home Insurance Company, have a bright and a Merry Christmas. Good night.
This is Don Wilson inviting you to listen again next week for another one of your favorite Jack Benny programs, brought to you by the Home Insurance Company of New York, one of the world's leading protectors of America's homes and the homes of American industry.
America's favorite shows on the CBS Radio Network.
Be the first to know with WGBS Radio.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, the Sportsman Quartet, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Gentlemen, we'd like to take you back to New Year's Day. It's morning, and Jack Benny has just finished his breakfast.
Do you want anything else, boss?
No, that's enough. You know, I never feel like eating too much after a big night out.
Oh, yeah, I forgot to ask you. What did you do New Year's Eve?
Well, I went to a nightclub where they gave you all the drinks and all the food you wanted for $6.
All the food you wanted, eh?
Yeah. Rochester, before you put my tuxedo away, take the lamb chops out of the pocket. Now, let's get the table cleaned off, and I'll help you with the dishes. Now, I don't want to be late for the Rose Bowl game.
Okay, I'll do the dishes.
No, Rochester, I'll do them. I want to try out that new electric dishwasher I got for Christmas.
But, boss, there's something wrong with it.
Nonsense. You probably don't know how to operate it. I'll show you how. Now, you put the dirty dishes in like this. And you close the door. Now, you turn on the switch. Ya-da-dee-da-dum, ba-dee-da-dum, da-dum, bum-dee-da-da-dum, da-dum, bum-dee-da-da-dum. There, that ought to be enough. And now to take the dishes out, you open the door like this.
I told you, boss, there's something wrong with it.
Well, there shouldn't be. It's a new machine. I'm going to try it again. Get some more dishes out of the cupboard.
But boss.
Open the cupboard.
Okay.
What was that?
Those are the dishes I washed yesterday.
I can't understand what's wrong.
Neither can I. I put it together the same day that I assembled the other kitchen appliances.
Yeah, I don't see why I should break the dishes. Looks all right from the outside. Let's take a look on the inside. Oh, for heaven's sakes, Rochester. Look at the egg beater belongs on the Mixmaster, not in the dishwasher.
Then I must have put the part from the dishwasher in the Mixmaster.
Why?
Well, this morning I tried to mix a cake. When I turned on the switch, a big arm came out, grabbed me by the back of the neck, threw me in the bowl, and scrubbed me on both sides.
What?
And before I knew it, I was sitting in the cupboard on the third shelf.
He had even put them away for you. Rochester, call the appliance company and tell them to come out and fix the machine. I'll get the door. You finish the dishes. Coming.
Coming.
Hello, Polly.
Hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Bob. I thought you were going to the Rose Bowl game, too.
Well, I am, but I decided to come by here to talk to you first.
What about?
I'd rather not talk about it here. Can we go in the den?
Certainly, Bob. Follow me. Well, here we are. What is it you want to talk to me about?
Close the door first, Jack, please.
Okay. What is it, Bob? What is it?
Would you mind closing the window?
The window? Well, all right.
And pull the shade down, too.
Bob, for heaven's sake, what's the matter? What do you want to talk to me about?
Jack, you've got to stop kidding me about the way that I say Manischewitz.
Oh, Bob, that's not important. After all, it was just a little fluff.
Little fluff.
Quiet. Anyway, Bob, it's nothing to worry about.
Well, I know, but you began kidding me about it, and my wife began teasing me, and she showed me how that all of our kids could pronounce it.
Well, that's not... Wait a minute. Your youngest daughter's only 7 months old. She can't even talk.
Well, she still says it better than I do.
No.
Yes, and it's not my fault either. I tried to learn how to say it. I must have some sort of a mental block because I can never say it right.
Well, look, Bob, let me help you. Don't worry about it. Let me help you. Now, let's break it up into syllables and work on it. Now, look. Repeat after me. Mana Shevet. Mana Shevet. No, look, Bob, let's try it again, Bob. Now, don't be nervous. Let's try it again. Now, try it. Mana Shevet. Mana Shevet. Bob, look, at once I know you can get it. Now, let's try it again. Mana Shevet. Mana Shevet. Darn it, now you've got me doing it.
Let's try it again.
What?
Mana Shevet. Lucky strike.
You know, Polly is the only smart one here. Now, Bob, stop worrying about a little mistake. It's nothing. After all, your singing is the most important thing.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Jack. I'm primarily known as a band leader, not a singer.
What are you talking about? You have one of the best voices in the country.
I'd be happy if I had the best voice in my family.
What?
Well, I was second till Gary grew up.
Oh.
Say, Jack, I better be running along. You want me to give you a lift to the game?
No, thanks, Bob. Rochester's going to drive me.
Okay, see you later.
I'll see you at the door. Oh, there's the phone.
Well, you go answer it. I can walk to the door myself.
Oh, yes, you're different from the other musicians. I'll see you later, Bob.
So long.
Hello?
Hello, Jack. This is Don.
Oh, hello, Don. I'm waiting for you.
I'm afraid you'll have to go to the game without me, Jack.
Why, what's wrong?
Well, you know that new car, the MG, my wife gave me for Christmas?
Oh, yes, Don, that little English car. Gee, it's certainly a sporty job.
Yeah, I know, but it's been giving me trouble for the last 3 days.
What's the matter? Can't you get it started?
No, I can't get it off.
Oh, you really bit on that one.
Yeah, I did. You bit on that one. Now, Don, hurry over. We still have to pick up my new girlfriend, Iris. I want to take her to the game.
Well, Jack, I've been thinking it over, and I don't feel that I should go with you.
But, Don, we were going to the game, and then we were going to come back to my house and have dinner together, make an evening of it.
I know, Jack, but it'll be better without me. After all, you know the old saying, two's company, three's a crowd.
Well, Don, in your case, no. It's a new year. I won't say it. Well, I'll tell Iris you couldn't come. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, Rochester.
Yes, boss.
Mr. Wilson won't be here for dinner tonight. It'll be just the young lady and myself.
Yes.
Now, Rochester, this young lady, this girlfriend of mine, has never had dinner at my house, and I'd like to impress her.
Oh, don't worry, boss. The table is set beautifully. Flowers, and you'll eat by candlelight.
Good. What'd you do about the champagne?
Same as always. I took a cold bottle of 7-Up and slapped the Mum's label on it.
What?
And when you open it, I'll be behind the screen with my popcorn.
Oh, good.
Shall we synchronize our watches now?
Okay, I've got 11:17 and a half.
Roger.
Okay. Now, I want everything to go off smoothly. I'll get it. You finish everything in the kitchen.
Yes.
Coming. Oh, hello, Dennis.
On Wisconsin, plunge right through that line.
Look, Dennis, just come in the house.
Yes, sir. Run that ball clear round the Rose Bowl, a touchdown sure this time. On Wisconsin.
Why are you singing Wisconsin song?
Oh, I'm going to cheer for them today at the game.
But why?
Because I want Wisconsin to win.
Why, Dennis, isn't that being a little disloyal? After all, you've been living here in Southern California for nearly 15 years.
Living here, yes, but look where I was born.
Oh, were you born in Wisconsin?
No, New York.
Wait a minute, Dennis. This is the start of a new year. Don't make me mad.
Okay, but say, Mr. Benny, if you like Southern California and I'm rooting for Wisconsin, maybe we could make a little bet.
Well, all right, Dennis. How much would you like to bet?
$2 million.
Oh, $2 million, eh?
Uh-huh.
Well, Dennis, may I ask you something? Where in the world would you get $2 million?
I could borrow it from the boys in the band.
Oh, fine. I guess they have $2 million.
Uh-huh.
And when, pray tell, did the boys in the band get $2 million?
A couple of years ago from someone named Brinks.
They did not. They weren't even in Boston at the time. But wait a minute. Remley was off that week. No, they'd never stoop to robbery.
Oh, no, you ought to see Bagley dressed up as an old woman.
Look, Dennis, please go to the game.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Bye. Oh, Rochester.
Yes, boss.
You better get the car out. I gotta pick up my girl, Iris. Gee, Iris, I never saw you look so nice. You're sure pretty when you're all dolled up.
This dress cost me $30.
Well, it certainly looks nice. Boy, am I lucky I met you. You know, Iris, I never would have met you if I hadn't been hungry that night. I'll never forget. I was driving along looking for a place to eat, and I drove right past Ciro's and the Macombo, and it was just fate that made me turn into Simon's Drive-In. And there, like a vision of loveliness, you came toward me. Gee, you smelled so good.
Yeah, it was chicken gumbo night.
25 cents a bowl, a meal in itself.
Yeah, but I'm really the lucky one. Imagine me going out with a rich guy like you. A guy who can afford to wear a coat with a fur collar.
Fur collar?
Boss, it slipped off again.
Never mind, Rochester, and watch your driving. Look at that sign that says speed limit 25 miles an hour.
I got a wide open, but you'll never make it.
Now, Rochester, drive up to the Rose Bowl entrance and let us off. Then you can park the car.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Iris, and hold my hand so we won't get separated.
Tickets. Hold your own tickets, please.
Here you are.
Hello, Eddie.
Hello, Iris. What's the special for tonight?
Beef soup and boiled potatoes.
Come on, Iris. Forget business for a while.
Okay.
Now, let's see. Our seats are in...
Hi, Jack.
Oh, hello, Bob. So you know Iris, don't you?
Sure. Say, Iris, are you still working at the Shamrock Cafe?
No, I'm back at the drive-in. That fella ought to be outside where it's healthier.
Darn right. What's the use of being in California if you can't enjoy the sun?
Yeah, but I sure wish I could get off the night shift.
You will, honey. Just save your tips. That's all.
I do, but every time I get a little ahead, you want to go to a movie or something.
Well, it won't always be that way.
Hey, look who's here. Hi, Iris. Happy New Year.
Same to you, Lefty.
Lefty? You know everybody, don't you?
That's Lefty Flanagan. What a sport. He always orders a la carte.
Well, don't talk to her.
But Lefty's a big tipper.
Oh, hiya, Lefty. Now, let's see. Where do we...
Hello, Mr. Billy.
Why, Mr. Kitzel. Mr. Kitzel, what are you doing here?
A question. I'm here to see the game, of course.
Oh, do you have trouble getting tickets?
Did I had trouble? I came here the day before they were put on sale, and I stood in line all night.
Oh, yes, people do stay in line all night for the Rose Bowl game. What happened in the morning?
The box office opened at 7. I waited my turn, bought my tickets, but they turned out to be tickets to a burlesque show.
Tickets to a burlesque show? How did they make a mistake like that?
I made a mistake. In the smog, I got in the wrong line.
Oh. Are you here at the game alone?
No, I got to meet my wife, but she's not here yet.
Oh, that's too bad. I'd like to have seen her again. Tell me, has she lost any weight?
No, that's why she's delayed.
How could that delay her?
She was carrying a corsage of roses, and they thought she was afloat in the parade.
Oh, Mr. Kitzel, you're joking.
joking, he said. He won second prize.
What do you know? Well, we better get to our seats. I hope you enjoy the game.
Oh, this is a certainty. Well, goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Goodbye, Mr. Kitzel.
Oh, Mr. Benny. You know, it's a coincidence running into you today because it was exactly 6 years ago at the Rose Bowl game that I first met you.
Say, that's right. You had a little hot dog stand here.
Yeah, and I made so much money from my hot dog stand that I opened a little cafe and sold hamburgers and quick lunches.
Well,
These two were successful, so I went downtown and I opened up a regular fine big restaurant which became very popular.
isn't that wonderful?
Then I built branches in Glendale, Pomona, Burbank, and Pasadena.
No.
To supply my chain of restaurants, I opened a meat testing house and my own bakery.
Say, your business really grew.
Last week, I sold out everything.
You did?
Yes, and after paying all my income taxes, I will have enough money.
To retire?
No, to buy a hot dog stand.
What?
This is my third time around.
All I can say, Mr. Kitzel, is good luck again. See you later.
Goodbye, Mr. Bill.
Well, come on, Iris. Let's get to our seat.
Hey, Jack, I'll be right with you. I'm going to go get some program.
Okay, hurry up, Bob. Now, come on, Iris. Our seat should be in this aisle here.
Stop, please. Let's see the numbers when you stop.
Here you are, Usher.
Right this way, up this aisle to row number...
Oh, hello, Iris.
Hello, Nick. How are things?
Fine, I'm on parole now.
Come on, Iris, for heaven's sake. Bob, let's get to our seat.
Okay.
Hey, here comes the band out on the field.
Yeah, look at there. They're spelling out LS, MFT.
Well, naturally. On college campuses all over the country, Lucky Strike sells more than the two other leading brands combined. Hey, don't they look nice marching up and down the field? Boy, just look at them. Boy, what a sight.
Smoke Lucky Strike. We'll make a bet. It's cigarettes you'll buy. Just stare and compare. Not a pump is drop if you pump a Lucky Strike. So round and so firm. Oh, well, it's them, it's MFT. It's Lucky for me. A cleaner, fresher, smoother, smoking 53.
Say, these seats are okay, aren't they?
They sure are.
Yeah, we can see the whole field. Swell.
Pardon me, folks. Pardon me.
Huh?
What do you think I ought to get my wife for Christmas?
Mr. Christmas was a week ago. This is New Year.
You mean it's already 1949?
It's 1953.
Oh, my goodness, I better get home.
Go home to your wife.
Well, I can't because she's here at the Rose Bowl game. Have you seen her?
For heaven's sake, I don't even know your wife. Now leave us alone.
Okay. Happy New Year!
Go already.
See, it's a shame that a guy in that condition being allowed to get out.
Yeah. Are you comfortable, Iris?
Uh-huh. Only I'm a little hungry.
Hungry?
Say, if you want me to, I'll go get some hot dogs.
Okay, go ahead, Bob. Bring 3 hot dogs.
Okay, I'll be right back. What about mustard?
I got some in my pocket. I came straight from work.
Yes, Bob, just get the Frankfurter.
Okay, I'll be right back.
You know, Iris, I think this game will be one of the
Pardon me, folks. Pardon me, folks.
Oh, no, it's the happy time again. What is it now?
Have you seen my wife?
Look, mister, I never saw your wife in my life. I don't know her. Now, leave me alone.
Okay.
Happy New
Gee, the people you meet at football games.
Yeah. This wasn't going to be... Hey, look! Look, a guy just jumped out of a plane in a parachute. Hey, he's trying to land right here at the Rose Bowl. Of all the silly things to do, I wonder who would...
Hello, Mr. Benny!
Dennis, be careful! What a crazy guy.
Hey, here I am with the hot dogs, kid.
Oh, thanks, Bob.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, I just got back in time. Hey, look, there comes the USC team out on the field. Boy, they're a husky bunch of guys. And just listen to that crowd.
Hey, here they coming right past us.
Hello!
Iris, that settles it. I take you to a football game and you know everybody.
Well, I can't help it. The boys on the USC football team always eat at the drive-in. They all like me.
Well...
In fact, they voted me Miss Unnecessary Roughness of 1952.
I don't care what offer heaven say. Here comes that drunk again. Isn't that all?
Pardon me, mister. Have you seen my wife?
Look, I told you I don't even know. Hey, Iris. Iris, watch me stick here. What did you say, mister?
Have you seen my wife?
Yes. As a matter of fact, that's her sitting there 2 rows in front of her. The lady in the red hat.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry I'm late, sweetheart.
What took you so long getting here?
How do you like that? Out of 100,000 people, I picked the right one. That's amazing.
Well, I'm glad you got rid of him so he won't bother us during the game.
Say, Bob, you're really a rabid football fan, aren't you?
I sure am. In fact, I'm so interested in the game that I'm writing a book based on the life of that All-American linebacker from UCLA.
Oh, what's the name of the book?
I Remember Moomaw.
Oh, Bob, that's one of the worst things.
Look, here comes the Wisconsin team.
Say, those Wisconsin players look awfully good, too, don't they, Iris?
They sure do.
Well, that's the last straw. I'm leaving. I'm not even going to stay and see the game. Now, let me tell you something else, Iris. You and I are through. Our engagement is broken.
Wait a minute. If you're breaking the engagement, what about the ring?
I'm not giving it back to you. Goodbye. Good night, everybody. We're a little late.
Be sure to hear The American Way, starring Horace Height for Lucky Strike every Thursday night over this station. I'm sure you'll enjoy this great new program. Consult your newspaper for the time. The Jack Benny program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balter, John Packaberry, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Martin.
Jack Benny program is brought to you by Lucky Strike, product of the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes.
Stay tuned now for the Amos and Andy Show, which follows immediately over most of these same stations. This is the CBS Radio Network.
The Jack Benny program, transcribed and presented by Lucky Strike.
Lucky tastes better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky tastes better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. For Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, richer tasting, fine tobacco. Lucky tastes better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky Strike, Lucky Strike.
Friends, this is Don Wilson. You know, choosing your cigarette is really simple. Just go by the taste. That's right, for nothing, no nothing beats better taste. And the cigarette that tastes better, cleaner, fresher, and smoother is Lucky Strike. First of all, Lucky's give you the better taste of really fine, mild tobacco. Remember, LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, with a wonderful flavor of its own. What's more, Lucky's give you the better taste of a better-made cigarette, made round and firm and fully packed, to draw freely and smoke evenly, to taste cleaner, fresher, smoother. So, friends, for your own smoking enjoyment, remember, better taste is what you're really after. And better taste is what you get in every pack of Lucky's. Be happy. Go Lucky. Make your next pack Lucky Strike.
Lucky tastes better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky Strike, Lucky Strike.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, in just 9 more days, a new tenant will move into the White House. And tonight, since we can't bring you the distinguished and lovable tenant, we bring you the mean old landlord, and here he is, Jack Benny!
Thank you. Hello again, this is Jack Benny talking, and Don, that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard, saying that I own the White House.
But, Jack, what I said isn't so ridiculous. Technically, as a citizen and taxpayer, you do own the White House.
Look, Don.
You own all the buildings in Washington. The Capitol, the Library of Congress.
Don.
The United States Post Office.
Don.
The United States Supreme Court.
Don.
The United States Mint.
Don, stop it. What'd you say? The Mint? What'd you say, Don?
I thought that'd get you, but, Jack, it's true. You own it, I own it, all the taxpayers own it. It's like being a stockholder in a corporation, like the American Tobacco Company.
Well, Don, that's a very good comparison, because everybody knows that the United States Mint is round and firm and fully packed. And if it isn't, it will be on March 15th. That I know.
March 15th? What happens on that day?
Well, Don, you wouldn't know about this, but people who earn over $500 a year have to pay taxes. Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Don.
Hiya, Mary.
Mary, I said hello, too.
I know.
Well, what's eating you?
Plenty. All I asked you is let me keep a couple of packages of meat in your deep freeze. And this morning, Rochester sent them back to me. He said there was no room.
Well, Mary, if there's no room, there's no room.
Well, now, wait a minute, Jack. I happen to know that your freezer is unusually large. And just a week ago, I looked in, and it was empty.
Well, it's full now.
No kidding. What's he got in it?
His Christmas tree.
All right, what's wrong with preserving the Christmas tree?
Jack's right, Mary. It isn't any of our business what he keeps in his deep freeze as long as he has plenty of meat, like those steaks he served us last night.
Some steak.
What do you mean, some steak? If you didn't like it, why did you eat so much?
I was trying to guess whether it was Dancer, Prancer, Donner, or Blitzen.
They were not reindeer. Those were very fine steaks. Didn't you see the government stamp on them? Grade A?
Mine said Merry Christmas.
I wrote that on there myself. Now, look, Mary, we have a show to do tonight on a very important sketch. So let's... What in the world was... Bob, what happened?
Well, Sammy, the drummer, he fell off the bandstand.
What?
Well, Jack, it isn't what you think.
Huh?
See, the boys in the band are just such practical jokers.
Practical joker. Why, what did they do?
Well, they took the electric wire that goes to Remley's guitar and taped it to Sammy's chair.
Well, of all things, wiring up his chair with electricity. I can't understand Sammy falling for it. Didn't he suspect anything when he sat on those wires?
Well, he didn't even get suspicious when they slit his pants legs.
Slit Sammy's pants leg?
Yeah, they didn't have to shave his head.
That I know. But, Bob, I think the boys are going too far. Sammy could have gotten electrocuted.
Oh, well, that's what the boys figured. So last night they took him to a cafeteria and told him to order anything he wanted.
Bob, you mean you went with him?
Oh, no, Jack, no. Don't you remember I was at your house?
Oh, yes.
Hey, by the way, what kind of steaks were those you served last night?
Huh?
Well, I went to bed, and every time I turned over, I heard sleigh bells.
Now, cut that out. I invite the whole gang over for a steak dinner. Instead of being grateful, you all make cracks about it being reindeer. The only one that hasn't is Dennis.
I can't talk. I've got an antler stuck in my throat.
An antler?
Your hat is still hanging on it.
For heaven's sake, I don't know why it is. I try to do a program and every...
Oh, Jack, take it easy.
I can't help it. Dennis, why do you go around irritating people?
I'm experimenting.
What kind of experiment is that? Irritating people.
When you do it to oysters, they give pearls.
Mary, you talk to him, will you?
Dennis, you better sing your song.
Okay.
Heart and soul, I fell in love with you. Heart and soul, the way a fool would do. Because you held me tight and stole a kiss in the night. Heart and soul, I begged to be adored, lost control and tumbled overboard. Gladly, that magic night we kissed. In the moonlit, oh, but your lips were thrilling, much too thrilling. Never before were mine so strangely willing, but now embrace can do. Look at me. It's got me loving you madly. That little kiss you stole held all my heart and
That was Dennis Day singing Heart and Soul. And very good, Dennis. It was excellent. And now, ladies and gentlemen... Who can that be? Hello?
Hello, Mr. Benny. This is Rochester.
Rochester, I'm in the middle of a program.
I know, but I want to tell you something.
Tell me something. I just left the house a little while ago. Why do you always call me at the studio?
I don't get applause at home.
Never mind that. What's so important?
A man was here from a fan magazine. He said they wanted to print the story of your life. Pictures and everything.
Oh, pictures too, huh?
Yeah, so I gave him some that were taken when you were in the Navy, some when you were in vaudeville, and some that were taken when you were entertaining overseas.
Oh, good.
Then he asked for one of your baby pictures, but I couldn't find any.
Well, what did you do?
I slipped him one of mine.
What?
Then he asked me a lot of personal questions. congratulations. And I told him you were the nicest, kindest, and most considerate man I ever worked for.
Well, thank you.
Then he brought up the subject of your generosity.
Uh-huh.
So I told him for Christmas you gave me a bonus of $5,000.
You told him I gave you $5,000? What made you think he'd believe that?
Boss, when he didn't question the baby picture, I knew he was vulnerable.
Now, Rochester, I have to get back to the program, so I'll see you later. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, say, boss.
What now?
A few minutes after you left the house, an electric fuse blew out and your freezer went off.
An electric what blew out?
Fuse.
A fuse, huh? Am I,
Your freezer went out.
My freezer went off, I see. Good. Well, what happened to all the things I have in it?
Well, your Christmas tree is all right, but 2 snakes thawed out and ran up the chimney.
Ran up the... Now, that's ridiculous. Rochester, why did you make up a thing like that?
Boss, when you start with applause, you got to end with a laugh.
I hope I am as fortunate. Goodbye, Rochester.
Goodbye.
You know, Rochester may not be a good butler, but he certainly...
What's the matter, Jack?
I wrote an ad lib in here, and I can't find it. Oh, well.
Well, Jack, what about the important sketch you said we were going to do tonight?
Oh, yes. So now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction tonight, we will present our version of that wonderful Paramount picture, The Road to Bali, which stars Bob Hope, Bing Crosby, and Dorothy Lamour.
You know, I saw it last night, Jack, and it really is a funny picture.
I know. Now, since I'm a comedian, I'll play Hope's part. And since Bob Crosby is Bing's brother, he'll play his part. And Dennis...
Okay, but I look lousy in a sarong.
Look, you're not playing Dorothy Lamour's part. You're going to be a native we met in the jungle. A headhunter.
A headhunter?
Yes, and before we start, go hunt for your own. I had a joke in here anyway. Now, as a matter of fact, we were going to have Dorothy Lamour on the show, but at the last minute, something happened.
She wanted money.
Oh, quiet. Now, Mary, you're going to be Dorothy Lamour.
Okay, but with Bing and Bob in the picture, who's going to get me?
The May Company, if you keep making those cracks. Now that we've done all the casting, let's get on with our sketch. The Road to Bali.
Wait a minute, Jack. What about me?
Oh, yes, Don. You've got a very important part.
I have?
Yes. Paint a white line down your back. You're going to be the road. And lie straight out. I don't want any detours. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction of the evening, The Road to Bali. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction of the evening, The Road to Bali. My name is Bob Hope. My vaudeville partner, Bing Crosby, and I were stranded in Australia. We were broke and hungry and had no friends in Australia, so finally in desperation we became pickpockets. The first pocket I picked, nothing. The second pocket, nothing. The third pocket bit me. I had picked the pouch of a kangaroo. After days of continued bad luck, we were walking down the street when I turned to my partner and said, "Gosh, 4 days and nothing to eat. I'm starved." Say, Bing.
When the blue of the night meets the gold of the day.
I knew there was something Bing could do that he couldn't. Sting, I can't understand why I'm a failure. I'm a talented dancer. I'm a wonderful singer. I'm a great actor. I'm a big star. Bob Hope. What a surprise.
Some surprise. We had 3 rehearsals. I turned down the first 2 scripts, finally had to call in my own writers, and he's surprised. Look, Bob, you can go home if you want. I've got a monologue here that will run through Amos and Andy, Edgar Bergen, and right up to the weather report. Weather report, dull today, funny tomorrow. Oh, yeah? Well, let me tell you something. Rochester may not be a good butler, but he certainly... Oh, my goodness, I wrote it on the wrong page. Now, Bob, I'd like you to say hello to the other... Just a second, Jack.
Huh?
A full minute has passed, and you haven't said it.
Oh, yes. The road to Bali.
That's better.
Jack, why did you have to say road to Bali?
It's either that or money. Hiya, Mary.
Bob.
Say, Bob, you know Bing's brother, of course.
Oh, sure. Hello, Bob.
Hello, Bob.
How do you feel, Bob?
Fine. How do you feel, Bob?
Fine. How's your wife, Bob?
Fine. How's your wife, Bob?
Fine. How are your kids, Bob?
Fine. How are your kids, Bob?
4 writers got paid $6,000 for this sparkling dialogue.
Say, Bob, I meant to ask you, does Crosby here resemble his brother Bing much?
I don't know. Let me see. Smile, Junior.
Okay.
Well, they look alike, but Bing is a little fatter around the wallet. Also a little fatter on the place where he carries his wallet. Which reminds me, I'd like to ask you something, Junior.
What is it, Bob?
I haven't seen Bing since Christmas. What did he give Santa Claus this year?
Bob, you know Bing. He doesn't splurge too much around Christmas time. He gives his biggest gifts on March 15th.
Amen, brother.
Say, Bob, how come you haven't seen Bing for such a long time? You're both at Paramount, aren't you?
Yes, but they changed our dressing rooms and we're not next to each other anymore. I meant to tell you, Jack, they gave me your old dressing room.
No.
Really?
Imagine that. My old dressing room. Guys, I can still picture it.
Start right through anywhere through there. It's all fun.
Well, I did, Jack.
What? No,
my old dressing room.
I was okay in your line.
I see. Well, I can still see my old dressing room. There's a big landscape painting on one wall, a window on another wall, and what's on the third wall?
6 wash basins.
Now, Bob, let's get
I
back.
won't talk until you look at your watch.
Oh, yes, road to Bali.
It's so fast here. Thanks, Jack. Now, there's something I want to do for you.
What's that?
Well, I wrote special lyrics to my theme song, Thanks for the Memory, and I'm going to sing it to you with a Sportsman's Quartet.
Oh, that's swell, Bob. Come on, let's hear it.
Okay? Thanks for the lucky strikes. The pack you gave to me of LSMFT is more than I expected. Thought I'd have to work for free. Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks for the lucky strike. A sentiment we share. You hear it everywhere. A lucky strike is better made. Just tear and then compare. Oh, thank you so much. Listen, Bob, on your new program. Can you use a hungry quartet?
Of course, and I'll pay you in Jell-O. Yes, all you can eat. Oh, boy, what a treat.
Well, thanks for the offer, Bob. We'd really like to go and be part of your show, but we are stuck with Betty and for very little dough. Well, thank you so much. We like the taste of a lucky. There's nothing as good, no, there's nothing.
For real smoking pleasure, start puffing.
A lucky strike, the smoke you like. So thanks for a lucky strike. The smoke we all enjoy, no loose ends to annoy. From Florida to Washington, from Maine to Illinois. So thank you so very
Uncle Bob, not only did you sing the Lucky Strike commercial well, but you've got the only nose that can tear and compare. By the way, you haven't met Dennis Day yet. Huh?
Hello, Mr. Holt.
Oh, hello, Dennis.
You know, I saw your very first road picture, The Road to Singapore.
Really?
Yeah, and then I saw The Road to Morocco, The Road to Zanzibar, The Road to Rio, The Road to Utopia, and last night I saw The Road to Bali.
No kidding?
Yeah, and now that I finally met you in person, I'd like to tell you something.
What?
You're nothing without Bing Crosby.
Why, you E-flat idiot. I may cut the strings off you and let you just dangle. Is this fugitive from Gockamore sticking his tongue out at me? No, that's an antler. Now, let's get on with the sketch. What sketch? The Road to Bali. Good. I got a free one that time. I know, but I'm putting my watch ahead. Well, let's get on with the sketch. Okay. Hey, Jack, who's that lying down on the floor? That's Don Wilson. He's the road. He's certainly got the Bali for it. Say, Jack. What? I couldn't think of anything to say then, so I thought it was better to shut up. Oh. Well, I was trying to think of a freeway line, but I couldn't finish it either. What? Well, Jack. Yes? I think it's only fair for me to play the part I created in the picture. Well, naturally, so I'll play Bing's part. No, Jack, since Bob here is Bing's brother, he should play that role. Well, what can I do in the sketch? Well, you play the part of the giant octopus. Now, wait a minute. I'm not playing any octopus. But it's a very important part. I don't care how important it is. Imagine a man in my position in show business playing an octopus. But, Jack, it motivates the whole picture. You see, the octopus guards a sunken treasure worth millions of dollars. Well, get me 6 more arms and let's go. I'll set the scene. Ladies and gentlemen, Paramount Pictures presents The Road to Bali, with Bing Crosby, Bob Hope, Dorothy Lamour, and starring the octopus. Curtain music.
My name is Bob Hope. Crosby and I left Australia bound for the South Sea Islands to look for sunken treasure. We landed on the island of Vatou and became hopelessly lost in the jungle. For days, we wandered through a tangle of vines, and then we came to a rubber plantation, went through it for quite a stretch. Rubber stretch? If I'd known I was going to get dialogue like this, I'd have worn top hat and white tie. No pants. You got to get laughs, you know. As we reached the clearing on the other side, we were surrounded by a fierce tribe of cannibals and their beautiful white princess. My agent. The princess came up to me and said,
me, native princess, who you?
Oh, how do you do, ladies and gentlemen? This is Bob What's Cooking Hope, telling all you cannibals that while I'd like to bring you joy, don't look at me when you want to put something in the pot, boy.
No worry. My tribe not eat you. You very handsome man.
Oh, wait a minute. You don't look like the real princess.
Real princess not here. She want money.
All I want is you, baby. Kiss me, toots. Hey, wait a minute, Dennis. You read my line.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Look at the script. It says Bob. That's me.
It says Boob. That's me.
Some sketch this is. It's crazy enough to have Jerry Colonna in it.
Greetings, Dick. How do you have me?
Wait a minute, you're not even in this sketch. How can you make love to the princess?
I don't ask questions, I just have fun.
Hey, Bob, what about me? Beat it, octopus. You come in later. Oh. Well, I'm getting out of here. Come on, Bing.
When the blue of the night meets the gold of the day.
Watch those low notes, Bing. We resumed our long trek through the jungle. Then our bad luck began. We had no food or supplies. At night, we had to light fires to keep the animals away. Then our water supply ran out. We had nothing to drink. We went 3 weeks without a bath. Then the animals started lighting fires to keep us away. Finally, we came to the coast. And we're looking down into the lagoon when the sunken treasure lay 7 fathoms deep. We got into a boat and rowed to the exact spot.
Well, this looks like the place. Don't you think so, Bing?
When the blue of the night meets the gold of the day.
Now, look, I'll put this diving helmet on you. There. Now, go over the side and look for the treasure. Attaboy, Bing. Go down and get it. Here comes the giant octopus.
That's me, folks.
Oh, my goodness. The giant octopus ate up my pal Bing. Octopus, octopus, say something.
When the blue of the night meets the gold of the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flood of increased enrollments in our schools will create a critical situation within the next few years unless action is taken now. By taking an interest in our schools, all of us can help make sure that the community we live in gets the best education for the money it spends and provides the best possible educational opportunities for our children. So please join and work with local civic groups and school boards. Remember, better schools build a stronger America. Thank you. We'll be back in just a moment. But first, a word to cigarette smokers. Nothing, no nothing, beats better taste. And remember...
Lucky tastes better. Cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky tastes better. Cleaner, fresher, smoother. For Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, richer tasting, fine tobacco. Lucky tastes better. Cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky Strike, Lucky Strike.
Friends, taste makes the big difference in cigarettes. For nothing, no nothing beats better taste. And Lucky's taste better, cleaner, fresher, smoother. But don't take my word alone for it. Just listen to this and judge for yourself. A nationwide survey based on actual student interviews in 80 leading colleges reveals that more smokers in these colleges prefer Lucky's than any other cigarette, by a wide margin, too. And the number one reason the students gave for smoking Lucky's was better taste. Yes, and I know you, too, will find that Lucky's taste better, cleaner, and fresher, and smoother. So enjoy the full, rich taste of fine, mild tobacco in a better-made cigarette. Yes, be happy. Go Lucky. Get better taste today.
Be happy, go Lucky, get better taste today.
Bob, I want to thank you for appearing on our show tonight and letting us do a parody on your picture, The Road to Bali.
I'm glad to do it, Jack.
Good night, Bob.
Good night, Jack. So long, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to hear The American Way, starring Horace Heidt, for Lucky Strike every Thursday night over the same station. I'm sure you'll enjoy this great new program. Consult your newspaper for the time.
Program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balzer, John Packaberry, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Martin. Jack Benny program is brought to you by Lucky Strike, product of the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes.
Stay tuned now for the Amos and Andy Show, which follows immediately over most of these same stations. This is the CBS Radio Network.
The Jack Benny program, transcribed and presented by Lucky Strike. You know, friends, nothing, no, nothing beats better taste. And remember...
Lucky tastes better. Cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky tastes better. Cleaner, fresher, smoother. For Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, richer tasting, fine tobacco. Lucky tastes better. Cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky Strike, Lucky Strike.
Friends, I think you'll agree that smoking enjoyment depends on the taste of your cigarette. For nothing, no, nothing beats better taste. And Lucky's taste better, cleaner and fresher and smoother. You see, Lucky's better taste starts with fine, mild, good-tasting tobacco. Remember, LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. But equally important, Lucky's are made better to taste better. made round and firm and fully packed. That's why Lucky's draw freely, smoke evenly, and give you a cleaner, fresher, smoother taste. So, friends, get the one thing you want most in your cigarette, better taste. On your next trip to the cigarette counter, be happy. Go Lucky. Ask for a carton of Lucky Strike. You'll find...
Lucky tastes better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky Strike. Lucky Strike.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Rochester, Dennis A. Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, last night Jack Benny gave a party at his home for his sponsor. It's now the morning after, and we find Rochester, with the aid of his boyfriend Roy, cleaning up the house.
I was too tired last night to get all these dishes, Roy.
Yeah, there sure is a pile of them this time.
Well, it was a pretty big affair. The president of Lucky Strikes was out here, and since he's leaving for New York today, Mr. Benny gave him a farewell party.
Again?
Yeah, every time the sponsor comes out to talk business, Mr. Benny gives him a farewell party.
Well, why is that?
To keep the sponsor from giving him a farewell party. Now, let's finish these dishes.
How many people were here last night?
19.
Well, that's funny. I only counted 18 dinner plates.
Mr. Phillips was here, and he's not a food man. Everybody was here. Mr. Benny's cast, writers, musicians.
Or were his neighbors, Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Coleman, here?
No, they were invited, but they couldn't come. They both had colds.
Well, isn't that unusual for both of them to have colds at the same time?
No, they sat out in the rain all night to get them. Now, let's go and clean up the living room.
Okay.
You dust off the furniture, I'll empty the ashtrays.
Shall I dust off the piano?
And the piano player, too. He's been there since New Year's Eve. Now, Roy, you keep on with the dusting. I got to look for something.
Okay.
Now, let's see. It ought to be around here somewhere. No, it's not under the chair. It's not behind the sofa either. It's not in any of the corners.
There, that takes care of the piano.
It's not under the coffee table.
You know, Rochester, whenever I see Mr. Benny, he seems so dignified. How is he at a party? Does he ever let his hair down?
What do you think I'm looking for? Well, maybe we'll find it when we empty the vacuum cleaner.
Good morning, Rochester.
Good morning, boss.
Good morning, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Roy. Say, Rochester, wasn't that a swell party I gave last night?
Yes, sir.
I thought the caviar was wonderful and the vichyssoise just right.
Boss.
The baked pheasant under glass was done to perfection.
Boss.
I thought some of the guests preferred the breast of guinea hen.
Boss, you can't fool Roy. He washed the dishes.
By the way, Rochester, did Miss Livingston call?
No, sir.
She said she would. I'm supposed to go to an auction with her.
Well, she didn't. There weren't any calls at all.
You mean Frank Remley didn't call up to apologize?
No, sir.
I thought that by now he would have slept it off and called me.
Well, maybe he's waiting for you to apologize to him. After all, he didn't want to leave the party. You made him go.
Well, certainly I made him go. If I told Frankie once, I told him 1,000 times. It's not funny when he grabs his guitar, jumps on Don Wilson's back, and yells, "Look at me, I'm Roy Rogers." It was embarrassing.
Oh, it wasn't so bad.
Not only that, but did you ever hear such lyrics to Mademoiselle from Armentières? I never heard such off. See who that is, will you, Rochester?
Yes, sir.
By the way, Roy, I really appreciate your coming over to help Rochester with the cleaning.
Oh, that's all right. Rochester's my friend.
I know, but I want to give you this money to show my appreciation.
Well, thank you, Mr. Benny. You know I'm out of a job, and it's hard for two people to get along on unemployment insurance.
Two people? I didn't know you were married.
I'm not. I have to keep lending money to Rochester.
Yeah, I can't understand it. I pay Rochester a nice salary. What does he do with his money?
Well, almost every year you go to England. And to celebrate, Rochester throws a little party here, which puts them in debt.
Oh. So while I'm away, Rochester throws a party here. How long does the party last?
That depends on how long you stay in England.
The party lasts for 2 months?
Plus 6 days if you come back by boat.
Look, Roy.
Next time, why don't you fly back and join us?
I'll have to have a talk. Oh, Rochester, who was at the door?
It was Dennis Day. He's waiting for you in the den.
I wonder what he wants.
Boss, I think Mr. Day wants to show his appreciation for being invited to your party. He's carrying a beautifully wrapped package that looks like a gift.
Well, that's nice. I'll go talk to him. Gee, I wonder what Dennis could possibly have brought me. I always thought he was a silly kid, yet he's the only member of my cast to show his appreciation.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
Oh, hello, Dennis. Gee, it's nice of you to come over.
Thank you. I just came by to tell you how much I enjoyed your party last night. I'm glad that you invited me.
Well, you're certainly welcome, kid. By the way, Dennis, what have you got in that package?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, come on, kid. Don't be a tease. What's in the package?
Nothing.
Now, Dennis, the package is gift wrap, and it looks so pretty. What's in it?
Nothing.
All right. If you don't want to tell me, at least give me a hint.
Well, it's something a famous person once wore.
Something a famous person. Look, I'm no good at guessing games. What's in the package?
Nothing.
Oh, yeah, give me that package. I'm going to open it.
Well, okay. Here.
Dennis, this package is empty.
I know.
Well, Dennis, why in the world would you carry around an empty package?
Well, that way when somebody asks me what's in it, I can tell them the truth and still drive them nuts.
Well, that's about the craziest thing Wait a minute. You told me that the package contains something that a famous person once wore.
That's right.
Who?
Lady Godiva.
Dennis!
Shall I try out my song now?
Do anything. Just don't talk to me anymore.
Okay.
That kid drives me nuts.
Once again, keep my love locked in your heart, darling. I'll return, and then we will never have to part. Though it may break your heart and mine, the minute when it's time to go, remember, dear, each word divine that meant I love you so till I once again with you. Just the way we are tonight, I will keep my promise true. For you are my guiding light. Though it may break your heart and mine, the minute when it's time to go, remember, dear, each word divine tonight. I will keep my promise true. For you are my guiding
How'd you like my song, Mr. Benny? Aren't you going to talk to me, Mr. Benny? Gee, I'm sorry I got you mad. I won't do it again. Gee, honest, I was only trying to have a little...
Hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Mary. You're a little early. Come on in.
No, you come on out for a minute, Jack. I want to show you something.
Show me something?
Yeah, come on.
What is it, Mary?
Well, can't you see?
Mary. Mary, that new car. Is it yours?
Uh-huh.
Gosh, Mary, what a beautiful convertible. Congratulations.
Well, thanks.
Gee, a car like that costs about $5,000.
That's right.
Wait a minute, Mary. How can you afford a car like this?
Well, after all, Jack, I've been working for you for 20 years.
I know.
So last week I went out of the bank, drew out all the money I saved, bought a raffle ticket, and won the car.
Gosh. You see, Mary, I told you, stick with me and you'll do okay. Boy, what a car.
Look how big the luggage compartment is.
Gee, it certainly is roomy and... Wait a minute, I don't see any spare tire.
Well, the car didn't come with a spare tire.
Well, of all the nerve. That's awful.
What do you want me to do, go get my dollar back?
No, but next time you buy a raffle ticket, read it carefully. That way you won't get stuck.
Hey, come here, Jack. I want to show you something else. Here, look at this. It's the latest thing.
What is it?
It's an automatic dimmer. When you're driving along at night and another car is coming towards you, their lights hit this little gadget and it automatically dims your lights.
Gee, that's not so new. I've got the same thing.
Jack, it's not the same thing.
What?
When another car passes your maxle, the wind blows your lights out.
It does not. Let's go in the house. And then we'll go to the auction. Say, Mary, what is it you're so anxious to bid on over there?
Oh, nothing in particular, but sometimes you can pick up some very nice antiques.
Oh, well, let's go in. I'll get my coat.
Okay.
Oh, look, Mary, there's Mr. and Mrs. Coleman out on the porch. And Sherwood, their English butler, serving him tea.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Ronnie. Hello, Benita. Hello, Sherwood. Hello. I don't know why he had to catch a cold. He wasn't even invited. Let's get in the house. Mary, when we get to that auction...
Oh, hello, Mary.
Oh, hello, Dennis. Jack, you didn't tell me Dennis was here.
I know.
He's not speaking to me.
Why, Dennis? What'd you do this time?
I'll tell you what this silly kid did, Mary. Comes over here with a package under his arm that looks like a present for me, makes me waste my time guessing what's in it, then when he opens it, it's empty. Dennis, shut up.
Gee, Mr. Benny, I'm sorry I made you mad. Well, I guess it's no use. I better go. Goodbye, Mary.
Bye, Dennis.
Goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Goodbye. That I'll say to you. Now go already.
Oh, say, Dennis.
What?
I want you to offer my congratulations to your brother. I read in the paper that he's going to marry Ann Blythe.
Yeah, that's right.
But, Dennis, there's one thing that I don't understand. Your brother's name is McNulty and your name is Day. Why is that?
Well, you know how it is, Mary. When you get into professional life, sometimes you change your name.
Oh, so you changed yours.
No, he changed his. He didn't want people to know I'm his brother.
See, Mary, it pays not to talk to her.
Oh, stop that. Tell me, Dennis, when's the wedding?
In a couple of months. Everybody's going to be invited. It's going to be a big wedding with ushers and bridesmaids and everything.
Who's going to be the best man?
My mother.
Mary, I told her not to talk. But I had to talk. I told you not to, didn't I? Wasn't I right? Huh? Well, I wouldn't listen to it, would I?
Dennis.
I don't know when.
Dennis, I think you better go.
Yeah, okay. Goodbye.
Just can't figure that kid out. Ireland itself is such a lovely place. I don't know why I invited him to my party anyway.
Oh, by the way, Jack, why wasn't Bob Crosby here last night?
Oh, Bob? Oh, he's making a personal appearance at the Sahara Hotel in Las Vegas. Gee, I hope he calls me.
Why?
I gave him a quarter to put in the slot machine for me. I'll probably hear from him, you know.
Oh, Mr. Benny.
Yes, Rochester?
There was a phone call for you while you were outside.
Who was it, Bob? Bob Crosby?
No.
Bob Crosby, Bob?
Oh, Mr. Wilson.
Oh, Wilson.
He wants you to call him right back. He's in Studio A at CBS.
Okay, I will. Excuse me, Mary. So what if I lose the quarter? Who cares?
Hello, CBS, the star's address.
Oh, hello, Gertrude. This is Jack Benny. Will you please ring Studio A for me?
It's busy right now. Will you hold on?
Okay.
Say, Mabel. What is it, Gertrude? It's Jack Benny on the line.
Yeah, I wonder what the schmo of Kilimanjaro wants.
He wants I should get him Studio A, but it's busy.
You know, Gertrude, I haven't seen Jackie since I was out with him and Mr. and Mrs. Jimmy Stewart on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. I don't know why he took you out instead of me. After all, he knows me longer.
Say, that's right. You knew him before you came to CBS, didn't you?
Certainly. I met him years ago at Ciro's.
Ciro's? Were you the cigarette girl?
No, his parking card. Believe me, Mabel, you and Jack made a lovely couple New Year's. Only, you should wear your hair loose hanging down, not piled up on top of your head.
Well, why?
Well, with your ears, it looks like you're waving at somebody.
Look who's talking. I remember once at a masquerade party, you painted a face on each of your ears and came as the Andrews sisters. I think you're just jealous because Jack took me out on New Year's Eve.
Why should I be jealous? I was with that big, handsome football player.
Oh, yeah. You know, Gertrude, I was kind of surprised to find out that he was still in high school.
So was I.
He's old enough to go to college, ain't he?
He must be. He's got a son at UCLA.
Gertrude.
Just a minute, Mr. Benny. I can get you Studio A now.
Okay.
Hello?
Just a second, Mr. Wilson. Mr. Benny's calling you. Go ahead, Mr. Benny.
Hello, Don?
Yes, Jack.
Don, did you call me before?
Yes, I'm here with the Sportsman Quartet, and we're rehearsing a number that might be very good for your television show next Sunday.
What'd you say, Don?
I said we're rehearsing a number that might be very good on your television show next Sunday.
What was that, Don?
Hey, fellas, I think the old man's getting a little hard of hearing.
I heard that, Don Wilson. And don't call me an old man. Now, what's the name of the number you said would be good on my television show next Sunday?
It's Glowworm, Jack. Would you like to hear it?
Over the phone?
Sure. At least you can get an idea of it.
Well, do you have any musical accompaniment there?
Yes, Remley's still on my back.
Oh, good. Let's hear the number.
Oh, Mr. Benny.
What is it, Gertrude?
Excuse me for listening in, but our switchboard's so busy. Can't you hear the song some other time?
Well, this won't take long.
But there's so many calls coming through, and we don't have any open lines.
Look, this will only take a few seconds. Don, tell the boys I want to hear the number.
Okay.
Take it, fellas.
Shine, little glow and glimmer, glimmer. Shine, little glow and glimmer, glimmer. Lead us lest too far we wander. Love's sweet voices calling yonder. Shine, little glow and glimmer, glimmer. Hey there, don't get dimmer, dimmer.
Light the path below above.
And lead us on to love. Like a beacon, you are the smoke that we've been seeking. Night and day, it's you we're puffing. Only you, 'cause there is nothing quite like a lucky, nothing trimmer. Golden lucky, glimmer, glimmer. Lucky's taste much better, it's true, yes. Lucky's a small for you. LSSL, SSMFTV, LSSL.
Seconds.
But we need the line. Mr. Paley's trying to get New York.
I don't care. Paley? Boys, you better stop now. Boys, Mr. Paley wants to use the phone. Boys, hold it. Boys, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Jack, what happened?
The quartet wanted me to hear the song Mr. Paley was trying to get on the phone. It was the whole clam bake.
Well, come on, Jack, let's go. The auction starts at 2:30 sharp.
Okay, let's get going. Gee, Mary, they sure seem to have a load of junk in these auction galleries, don't they?
Jack, it's not junk. Most of these things are valuable antiques. That's why so many people are here to bid on them.
Can I show you folks around? You still have a few minutes before the auction starts.
Yes, I wish you would, but you don't sound like the type of person I'd expect to find working here.
You're right, lady. I'm just here taking my brother's place. He's not here on account of jury duty.
Oh, your brother's on a jury?
No, the jury did its duty and gave him 20 years.
Tell me, clerk, what are all these rings in this glass case?
Oh, them rings? Well, they all figured in great romances in history. You see, the one at the center is the ring Mark Antony gave to Cleopatra when they got engaged.
What's the inscription on it?
Oh, that's Latin. It says, Hoc Victor Semper Novidium.
What does it mean in English?
Oh, you kid.
Gosh, imagine that.
Say, what's this peculiar-looking thing?
Oh, that's a very interesting piece of art. It's an umbrella stand made out of an elephant's leg.
Well, that's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard of. Who in the world would want an elephant leg?
A three-legged elephant.
Well, you'll find very few of them bidding for it today. An elephant leg. That's without a doubt the most useless thing I ever heard of. Elephant.
Attention, please. Attention. Will you all please find seats? The auction is about to begin.
Let's sit here, Jack.
Okay.
Now, the first item on the agenda is this unique umbrella stand made out of the leg of the favorite elephant of the Maharaja of Suti Juldi. Now, who will open the bidding on this priceless curio?
I'll bid $100.
Mary, did you hear that? How could anyone bid $100 on that piece of junk?
Jack, you don't like it, but some people do. Now keep quiet.
I have $100. Do I hear more?
110.
110, that's stupid.
All right. By the way, Jack, I meant to tell you, I ran into Bob Hope last night.
110. 110. Do I hear more?
Bob Hope, how is he?
Fine, but he seems a little upset that you haven't sent him his check for appearing on your program last week.
But, Mary...
110. Do I hear more?
115.
But, Mary, I wasn't supposed to pay Hope for appearing on my show. We exchanged guest shots.
115 is bid. 115 is bid. Do I hear more?
$120.
Well, Jack, Bob didn't understand it that way. He thought he was going to get paid his regular guest fee for going on your show.
I'm bid 120 for this elephant's leg. 120. 120. Do I hear more?
Well, Mary, what is Bob Hope's regular guest fee anyway?
$5,000.
$5,000?
Sold to the man who said $5,000.
What?
Congratulations, sir. Here's your elephant leg. May I have your check, please?
Me? I didn't bid on that. I wouldn't pay $5,000 for an elephant's leg, would I, Mary?
You wouldn't pay $5,000 for your own leg.
Darn right I wouldn't. Come on, let's get out of here.
Jack will be back in just a moment, but first a word to cigarette smokers. Nothing beats better taste. And remember...
Lucky's taste better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother.
Lucky's taste better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother. For Lucky Strike means fine tobacco, richer tasting, fine tobacco.
Lucky's taste better.
Cleaner, fresher, smoother. Lucky Strike, Lucky Strike.
Friends, it stands to reason. The cigarette for you to smoke is the one that tastes better. Because when all is said and done, nothing beats better taste. And Lucky's taste better, cleaner, fresher, and smoother. You'll agree once you try them. And here's why. Lucky's better taste really begins with fine tobacco. Most anyone can tell you, LSMFT, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. Fine, light, naturally mild tobacco with a wonderful aroma and even better taste. And Lucky's also taste better because they're made better. They're round and firm and fully packed to draw freely and smoke evenly, to give you a cleaner, fresher, smoother smoke. So get the better taste that fine tobacco and a better-made cigarette can give. When you buy cigarettes, ask for a carton of Lucky Strike.
Be happy, go lucky, get better taste today.
Oh, boss, you're back.
Yes, I'm back.
What's that you're carrying?
An elephant leg. I got stuck with it at the auction. Finally had to argue, and I had to give the man $130 for it. Here.
Boss, what do you want me to do with it?
Put it on and kick me. Good night. Oops! Not so soon. Good night, everybody.
The program is written by Sam Perrin, Milt Josephsberg, George Balzer, John Tackerberry, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Marks. The Jack Benny program is brought to you by Lucky Strike, product of the American Tobacco Company, America's leading manufacturer of cigarettes.
Stay tuned for the Amos and Andy Show, which follows immediately on the CBS Radio Network.
Southern California listens most to KNX.
The Jack Benny Program, starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston Rochester, Dennis Day, Bob Crosby, and yours truly, Don Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to last Thursday. It is late morning at Jack's home in Beverly Hills.
Hello? The telephone company? You want to install a phone here this afternoon? Are you sure you have the right address? Yes, this is 366 North Camden Drive, but there must be some mistake. Oh, the phone is for Rochester Van Jones. Well, let me find out about it, and I'll call you back. Goodbye. I wonder why... Oh, Rochester! Rochester!
Did you want me, boss?
Yes, the telephone company just called. What's this about you ordering a phone in your name?
Well, I figured it would be more convenient if we had two phones in the house.
But that's silly. My phone should be enough. I talk on it very little. You can use it whenever you want to.
I know, but I thought it might be a good idea to have another phone in case of emergencies.
But why? Suppose there is an emergency. You can use my phone.
Yeah, but suppose the house is burning down and I haven't got any change.
Gee, I never thought of that.
And besides, I'll be using the phone a lot from now on. It's the only way I'll be able to talk to my girlfriend, Susie.
Why? What's wrong?
Well, her father seems to have taken a dislike to me.
But I thought you always got along so well with her family. What happened?
The other night, Susie and I were sitting in the dark on the sofa watching television when her father came in and got awful mad.
Why should that make him mad?
They ain't got a television set.
Oh. Say, look what time it is. I'm going out the racetrack today, and Miss Livingston isn't here yet.
Boss, you got plenty of time. The first race doesn't go on till 1 o'clock.
I know, but I go to the races so seldom, I don't want to be late. Well, that must be Miss Livingston. Coming!
Hello, Jack.
Mary, you're late.
Well, I'm sorry, Jack. I was leaving the house when I got a long-distance call from Mom and Papa.
Oh, a phone call from your mother and father, huh? What did the bad and the beautiful have to say?
Well, Mama said that Cousin Sylvia eloped last night.
Sylvia? Married?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, it seems like only last summer I picked her up and bounced her on my knee.
It was last summer. She's a midget.
Oh, so she got married, huh?
Yeah, she married a man 6 feet 2.
No kidding. Little Sylvia?
Oh, but Jack, a terrible thing happened. Right after the ceremony, as they turned to go back up the aisle, she took one step and broke her leg.
How?
She forgot she was standing on a box.
Oh, that's awful. That must have been a sad wedding.
Her mother was crying. Her father was crying. And I...
All right. I had to ask her how yet. Now, come on, Mary, let's go to the races. I got a hot tip in the 6th race, a horse named Our Fancy.
Our Fancy?
Yeah, and I hope I win. I can sure use the money.
Why? You've never used any before.
Mary, stop that. Now, come on, let's get going.
Wait a minute, Jack. Isn't Dennis going with us?
Well, certainly.
Well, what are we supposed to do, pick him up?
No, he's here. Dennis, where are you?
I'm in the kitchen.
Well, come on, Mary's here, and we're ready to go.
Okay. Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Dennis.
Say, Mr. Benny, would you mind having rehearsal at my house tomorrow?
Why should we rehearse at your house?
Well, my uncle is visiting us, and he thinks that I'm the star of the show.
Oh, he does, huh? Well, let me tell you something.
Oh, Mr. Benny, what's the difference where you have rehearsal? Let me impress my uncle, huh?
Yes, Jack, what difference does it make?
Well, all right, Dennis. We'll have rehearsal at your house tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
Okay, and be there on time, kid.
What?
My uncle doesn't think I need you at all.
Oh, my goodness. Here I am all set to go to the races, and I haven't got any money. Excuse me, Ray. I've got to go down to my vault. I'll be right back. Now to cross the bridge over the moat. Gosh, look at that alligator. So strong and powerful. He's been very valuable to me, too. 3 wallets and a belt, and he's still as healthy as ever. Hope
he forgets by next Christmas. He's getting wise to me when I come in here with a piece of meat in one hand and a can of ether in the other. Down, boy. See you later.
Halt! Who goes there, friend or foe?
A friend.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Benny.
Yes, Ed.
How are things on the outside world?
Oh, fine. How have you been, Ed?
Oh, pretty good. Say, Mr. Benny, I hate to complain, but it's awfully cold down here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ed. The next time I come down, I'll bring a stove.
Well, if it's all the same to you, I'd rather have clothes.
Oh, well, I'll send some down. I got to open the safe and get some money.
Shall I lie down so you can give me the ether again?
No, Ed. You can watch this time. Well, let me see. The combination is right to 45, left to 60, back to 15, then left to 110. There. There we are. Now, let's see how much money I need. There, this ought to be enough. Gosh, look at that big pile of money way in the back of the safe. Boy, if the South had won, I'd be a millionaire. Well, I better close the safe. Well, I got to be going along now. So long, Ed.
Goodbye, Mr. Benny.
Okay, kids, I'm ready. Let's go.
Oh, Mr. Benny, don't you want to hear the song I'm going to do on the program?
You listen to it, Mary, while I get the car out of the garage.
Seeking happiness, thrown by three hopeful lovers. Which one will the fountain bless? Three hearts in the fountain, each heart longing for its home. There they lie in the fountain, somewhere in the heart of Rome. Which one will the fountain bless? Which one will the fountain bless? 3 coins in the fountain, through the ripples how they shine. Just one wish will be granted. One heart will wear a valentine. Which one will the fountain bless? Which one will
one wish will be granted. One heart will wear a valentine. Make it mine. Make it mine.
The fifth race was a photo finish. We'll have the results in a moment.
Jack, when are you going to make your bet? You let 5 races go by already.
I know. I'm only interested in the 6th race. Our fancy can't miss. Say, Mary, let's go get a... Oh, no. Look who's coming. That racetrack cop.
Where?
Hiya, Bud. Long time. No see.
Hello. Come on, Mary. Let's get away. Mary, let's go get a hot dog. Huh?
But, Jack, we're in the clubhouse. Why not have lunch?
Well, all right. Oh, waiter! We'd like to get something to eat. What would you suggest?
Another waiter. I can't stand you.
I don't care whether you can or not. Now, what can we get in a hurry?
Well, we have roast pork, corned beef, leg of lamb, sirloin tips, and bacon and eggs.
Bacon and eggs. That sound good. Are the eggs fresh?
Are they?
Oh, well, I'll have that. How about you, Mary? Would you like bacon and eggs?
Ooh, would I?
Maybe. Just bring us our orders, waiter, as quickly as you can.
Yes, sir, and I'll seat you at table number 1. That's right over there.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, the last race was a photo finish, but you won't know the results till tomorrow.
See, that's strange.
The picture turned out so good that we've decided to show it at your neighborhood theater.
Now, Mary, let's look over the list of entries for the next race. I want to see if the...
Bud.
Huh?
Come here a minute.
Me?
Yeah.
What is it?
You gonna eat here?
Yeah.
What table?
Table 1. What?
Take number 9.
Well, look, I'm very happy with table 1.
Well, think it over, Bud. Number 1 is a card table.
A card table?
Yeah. If it carries too much weight, its legs will fold.
Gee, I never thought of that. So you think I ought to take table number 9?
Well, certainly. Look at the breeding.
The breeding?
It's by Bird's Eye Maple out of Grand Rapids.
Gosh, I didn't think they even knew each other.
Get wise, Bud. Think it over.
Look, I'm not Wait a minute. This is the first time I've run into you at a racetrack. Why don't you give me a tip on a horse?
Who knows about horses?
What?
So long, sucker.
Mary, have you figured out yet what horse...
Your bacon and eggs are ready. I put them on table number 1.
Number 1? Do you think I'm a sucker? We'll eat at table number 9.
Table 9? The shiny mahogany one?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you can't eat at that table.
Why not?
It was scratched.
I don't know why you had to be our waiter. You make me sick.
Well, you're not penicillin to me.
Come on, Mary. We'll eat at the counter.
Attention, please. We have a late change. Horse number 7, Little Lady, will not run in the next race. As she left the paddock, she broke a leg.
I wonder how that happened.
She forgot she was standing on a box.
How do you like that?
The jockey was crying. Rosarena was crying. And I was crying. The horses for the 6th race are now in the paddock.
Jack, are you still going to bet on our fancy?
Well, of course. That horse will not only win the race today, he'll probably set a new track record.
How much you going to bet?
I don't know. I wonder how much weight our fancy is carrying. I wonder who the jockey is.
Jack, if you'd buy a 15-cent program, you'd know.
Well, I don't have to buy a program. I'll go over to the information desk and find out. You wait here, Mary.
Okay.
Pardon me, mister, but how much weight is our fancy carrying?
I don't know.
Well, what's the name of the jockey?
I don't know.
Well, how long's the race going to be?
I don't know.
Well, for heaven's sake, if you don't know anything about the races, what are you doing behind that desk?
I had to get behind something. I lost my pants.
Well, of all the silly...
Jack!
What is it, Mary?
Did you get the information you wanted?
No, darn it. I came to the track to bet on our fancy, and that's what I'm going to do. And Dennis...
Yeah?
This is your first time at the races, so take a tip from me. Put your money on our fancy.
Our fancy? Let me see. That's number 8.
That's right.
Well, that's not for me. I already bet on number 12.
Number 12? What's the horse's name?
Who cares about his name? It's the number that's important. That's my system.
Dennis, you've got a system?
Yeah, sure.
Well, Dennis, according to your system, how come you bet on number 12?
Well, the horse is carrying 116 pounds. He's running in the 6th race, so I added 6 to 116, which gave me 122. I added 18 to 122, which makes 140. This is the 4th week of the month, so I divided 4 into 140, and that makes 35.
Uh-huh.
Then I subtracted my age, which is 26, and 26 from 35 leaves 9.
Uh-huh.
And then I added 3 and bet on number 12.
Wait a minute, Dennis. I followed you all the way down to 9. Why did you add 3?
Well, how else can you get to 12?
Yeah, how else? Now, come on, let's go over to the $5 window. Hey, Mary, look down there.
Where?
Down that aisle. Isn't that Mr. Paley?
Oh, yeah.
Well, come on, let's go over and talk to him.
Jack, he came to the track to enjoy himself. Now leave him alone.
But, Mary, I'm a big star on CBS, and he's the head of the network. If he knew I was here and didn't stop to say hello, he'd be heartbroken. Come on. Mr. Paley! Mr. Paley!
Huh? Oh, hello, Jack. Hello, Mary.
Hello, Mr. Paley.
Say, Mr. Paley, what horse are you betting on in this...
And now, coming out on the track are the horses for the 6th race.
Mr. Paley, have you picked your horse yet for the next race?
Yes, Jack. I'm betting on Aviatrix.
Well, look, Mr. Paley, forget about Aviatrix. Put your money on our fancy. He'll win by 8 lengths.
Well, Jack, my mind is made up. I'm going to play Aviatrix.
But look, Mr. Paley, it's silly to come out here and just bet on any horse, especially after driving 6 hours to get to the track.
In my car, it's 40 minutes.
Well, look, Mr. Paley, I've been studying these horses all season, and I know what I'm talking about. Our fancy can't lose.
I'm sorry, Jack, but I'm going to bet on Aviatrix.
Well, okay, Mr. Paley, it's your dough, but don't say I didn't tell you.
The horses are nearing the starting gate.
Well, I'm going up the window and make my bet. $5 on the nose.
Say, Mary.
Yes, Mr. Paley?
I've been thinking if Jack is going to bet $5 on a horse, he must know something.
That's what I think.
Yeah. I'm going to change my bet. I'm going to put $100 on our fancy.
Well, Mr. Paley, would you do me a favor? Put $2 on our fancy for me.
Okay, Mary.
The horses are in the starting gate.
Gee, I'm glad I got to the window in time.
Now they're all lined up in the gate. They'll start as soon as they can quiet Silverado. He's dancing around a bit. So is Blue Reading.
Gee, both of them dancing?
It takes two to tango.
What?
And there they go.
Oh, Mr. Paley, come on, the race is starting.
Here I am, Mary.
Going into the first turn, it's Wild Glory in front, Coloradito is second, Silverado is third, 88 is fourth, and our Fancy.
Come on, our Fancy.
I wonder what happened to Jack.
Coming around the far turn, it's still Wild Glory in front, Coloradito is second, Silverado is third, our Fancy is now fourth by half a length, and Surflight.
Come on, our Fancy. I placed my bet, and here I am.
Driving down the home stretch, it's Silverado in front, Wild Glory is second, our Fancy is third, and here come Contribution and Aviatrix.
Come on, our Fancy.
And now coming into the finish line, it's Silverado, Contribution, and Wild Glory, and coming up fast on the outside is Aviatrix. It's Silverado and Aviatrix. It's Silverado and Aviatrix. Now Aviatrix is pounding hard. They cross the finish line, and it's Aviatrix, the winner by half a length.
Mr. Paley, we won.
What do you mean, we won?
I bet on your horse, Aviatrix.
What? Jack, do you mean to tell me that when you left here, you didn't bet on our Fancy?
No, you talked me out of it. Mr. Paley, what are you so unhappy about?
Jack Benny, I bet on the horse you gave me.
You did? Mr. Paley, how could you be so silly? Ooh.
Mary, you shouldn't have done that. He's wearing glasses.
Well, that serves him right. Mr. Paley, will you please drive me home?
Jack will be back in just a moment, but first, one good turn deserves another. So why not let money you've worked for go to work for you? Invest part of your earnings in United States savings bonds every payday.
We're a little late, so good night, folks.
The Jack Benny Show tonight was written by Milt Josephsberg, John Tackerberry, Hal Goldman, Al Gordon, and produced and transcribed by Hilliard Marks. This is Don Wilson inviting you to join us again next week at this same time for the Best of Benny.
May I help you?
Yes, operator. With a change of time from daylight back to standard, could you tell me what program is on at 4 o'clock?
Just a minute. Say, Mabel, what program's on today at 4 o'clock?
I don't know, Gertrude. I'll look it up in this radio guide.
Hold it, Mabel, hold it.
Huh?
Look whose picture's on page 8.
Well, take off my glove and dial with my naked fingers. It ain't that. He's not only handsome, but look at that strong chin. What character!
Some character. One night last week, he drove me up to Mulholland Drive, pulled over to a lonely spot, turned off the ignition, and said, "Well, what do you know? I'm out of gear."
No.
Yeah. So I said, "I'll be very happy to buy some."
I'll bet that embarrassed him.
Embarrassed him nothing. He siphoned a gallon out of his tank and sold it to me. But you know, Mabel, you can't stay mad at a man like Jack Benny. Just look at that picture. The way he's standing there so casual and nonchalant with his coat thrown over his arm.
Yeah. And just look at those muscles.
Muscles where?
On the floor. They fell out of his sleeve.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Yes?
Operator, this is Jack Benny.
Say, Gertrude, what's the matter? He's waiting for applause.
I'm not waiting for applause. I'm in my dressing room. Now, operator, with the change of time today, I'd like to check my watch. What time is it, please?
It's 20 minutes to 4.
20 minutes to 4? That's funny. I got 20 minutes to 3.
Hold on. Mabel, what time have you got? 20 minutes to 5. No, honey. You moved your watch ahead an hour, and you're supposed to move it back. See, are you dumb?
Well, I'm not as dumb as Jack Benny. He didn't move it at all.
How pretty. His muscles fell out of his sleeve.
Operator, I heard that, and I'm going to report you. That Gertrude thinks she's smart. The last time I give her Ethel for the price of regular. Now, let's see. Where did I put my... Oh, so you finally got here.
Oh, what?
Rochester, you know I'm always nervous before doing a program. Why do you have to be late?
Late? I got 20 minutes to 2.
Well, no wonder our watches are all mixed up, and it's your fault.
My fault?
Yeah, what were you supposed to do at 2 o'clock this morning?
What I always do. Tiptoe into your room and put a hot water bottle on your feet.
Is that all you did?
Well, I must confess, boss, I tickled your toes a little.
Oh, was that you?
Yeah, when I saw the way you had your arms around that pillow, I figured you were expecting something.
Rochester, I always sleep with my arms around the pillow.
I know, but last night you looked at it and said, don't you think two can live as cheap as one?
See, I do the silliest things in my sleep. I can understand putting my arms around a pillow, but talking to it. Rochester, why didn't you wake me up?
I hate to cut in, boss. You were dancing.
Well, Rochester, I'm going down to the hall to Miss Livingston's dressing room. I'll see you later. Gee, but it's great after being out late, walking my pillow back home. La, 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 la. Mary, are you in there?
Just a minute, Jack. I'm not dressed yet.
Oh, Pauline.
Yes, Miss Livingston.
Mr. Benny wants to come in. Help me into my dress, please.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Livingston, how long has he been on your program?
Well, Pauline, it isn't my program. It's Mr. Benny's, and Mr. Benny's a star. I just work for him, and he pays me a very nice salary. Not as much as I pay you, but a very nice salary. Pauline, how does my dress look?
It looks all right, Miss Livingston. But if I were you, I'd wear it a little shorter. You have such pretty legs.
Oh, well, thanks, Pauline.
It's too bad you only have 2 of them.
What?
Well, what I mean is, when you got something so nice, it's too bad you can't have more of it.
Well, believe me, Pauline, every girl who has nice legs is perfectly satisfied with just 2 of them. After all, who'd look at a girl with 3 legs?
Everybody.
Mary, how about it?
Just a minute.
I don't know why it takes women so long to get dressed. Men don't take that long. Rochester throws me together in 5 minutes. Sometimes quicker.
Jack.
Oh, Bob! Bob, I thought you were on stage rehearsing the band.
Well, I stood it just as long as I could.
What do you mean?
Well, Jack, when I agreed to take over the same orchestra that you always had, I didn't know what I was getting into. What? These guys are driving me nuts.
Why, what's wrong?
Well, look. In the first place, I'm stuck with an electric guitar player whose nose lights up.
I know.
Yeah, but there's a trombone player who's chained to the guy sitting next to him.
Look, Bob.
And a drummer with a candle on his head because it's his birthday.
Bob.
And I'm not even going to mention the accordion player who cracks peanuts in the pleat.
Well, Bob, just have patience. I'm sure that...
Oh, Mr. Benny.
What is it, Dennis?
John Wilson is looking all over for you. You should have started your program 15 minutes ago.
15 minutes ago? I got 3:15.
I've got 4:15.
Dennis, what does your watch say?
Bolivar.
I don't mean that. Anyway, kids, if we're 15 minutes late, we better get out on the stage.
Jack, where have you been? Hurry.
Look, Don, this is not my fault.
But the program.
Don, daylight saving time got me mixed up, but we still have plenty of time to do the sketch. So just take it easy.
Jack, which sketch are we going to do?
We're going to do a satire on that wonderful picture, High Noon, which starred Gary Cooper. I am going to play the leading role.
You don't even know what time it is.
Oh, quiet. Don, turn to page 12 and introduce our play.
Okay, Jack.
Bob, is the orchestra ready?
Well, some of the boys are sitting up.
Good. Take it, Don.
Ladies and gentlemen, for our feature attraction of the evening, we're going to present our version of that epic of the West, the Stanley Kramer production of High Noon. The time is the year 1875. The place, the little town of Hadleyville. The scene is in the office of the Justice of the Peace.
I'm the town marshal, and my name is Gary King. This is my wedding day. Yep. Right at this moment, I'm a-getting married to my sweetheart, Amy.
Do not forsake me, oh my darling, on this our wedding day. Do not forsake me, oh my darling.
You, Amy, take this man, Gary, to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
Do you, Gary, take Amy for your lawful wedded wife? Yep. Now, repeat after me, Amy. I, Amy, take thee, Gary, to love, honor, and cherish.
I, Amy, take thee, Gary, to love, honor, and cherish.
Now, you, Gary. I, Gary, take thee, Amy, to love, honor, and cherish. I, Gary, take thee, Amy, to love, honor, and cherish. And with all my worldly goods are thee endowed. And with... Come on, repeat it. And with all my worldly goods are thee endowed. I'll, Gary, take thee, Amy, to love, honor, and cherish.
Yes, I even had to buy the ring.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Gary, my husband.
Amy, my bride. Kiss me. It's customary for the Justice of the Peace to get the first kiss. Stand aside, Amy. The man wants to kiss me. Come on, Mary. Amy. Then Mary is playing the part of Amy. Let's get going on our honeymoon.
Gee, Gary, I'm so glad you're going to give up your job as marshal and put those awful guns away.
Yes, Amy. Now we can have a peaceful life.
Marshal!
Yeah, what's up?
Terrible news. Frank Miller's been released from jail.
No.
Yeah, and he's arriving in town at high noon.
High noon?
Yes, high noon, and 3 of his henchmen are waiting at the railroad station to meet him.
Where are my guns? And I better swear in some deputies. I gotta get Frank Miller before he gets me.
Gary, tell me, what's this all about?
Amy, 5 years ago, I arrested Frank Miller and sent him to jail. He vowed he'd kill me when he got out. So I gotta get him first.
But, Gary, you may be killed. I don't want to become a widow on my wedding day. I want to go on a honeymoon.
Look, Amy, I can't run away. You wouldn't want to be married to a coward, would you?
I'd do anything to get out of the May Company.
It was then I realized that Amy, spelled sideways, was May. But I had my duty to perform, even if it meant losing Amy. I went outside. I walked the hot, dusty, deserted street, looking in vain for men to serve as deputies.
Oh, to be torn with love and duty, supposing I lose my fair hair beauty. Look at that big hand move along, here in high noon.
he made a vow while in state prison. Proud would be my life for him.
I went everywhere looking for deputies. I went to their homes, to the general store. And I went to the town saloon. In fact, we had a scene in the saloon, but we cut it because Bill Harris is on another network. Finally, I went looking for desperate Dennis McNulty, a man who had been my assistant. Suddenly I saw him. He came riding towards me.
Whoa, whoa, easy now, easy, old Pete.
I never had the heart to tell him. He rode that cow everywhere. In fact, he was the man who originated the white line down the middle of the street. He dismounted and said,
Hi, Gary. Congratulations. I heard you just got married.
That's right, I did.
Who'd you marry? School teacher?
No way.
You always do in westerns.
Look, I haven't time to talk about that. I'm in trouble, Frank. I'm in trouble. Frank Miller's coming back in town to kill me. I need help. Also a rehearsal.
You sure do. You sure came to the right man. I'll help you.
You will? Sure you're not afraid?
Of course not. When I see Frank Miller, I'll sneak up behind him.
Uh-huh.
Then I'll stick my gun in his back and say, feet up.
You mean hands up?
No, feet up. Pat him on the popo.
What?
Let's hear him laugh.
As I left him, he turned the cow over on its back and was milking it. Looked like the fountain at Wilshire and Santa Monica. I kept walking on through the town looking for help. The streets were deserted. It was getting close to high noon, and I had to find somebody to deputize. So I just kept walking. Time was running short. Still, I could find no one to help me. I was a marked man. No one would even come near me. This was before the days of chlorophyll. I didn't know what to do. In my search for help, I wandered down to the Mexican Quarter. I came upon a group of people who were having a fiesta. Meeting a deputy badly, I approached one of the men and said,
Pardon me, senor, but do you know who I am? You know there's a man out to kill me? Would you be willing to help me? What's your name? Ty? Now you, senorita, are you a sister? Is it all right for your brother to help you? What's your name?
Conchita Guadalupe Lolita Hernandez Gonzalez Carita del Prado Ramona Rosita Ramirez.
Conchita, Guadalupe, Lolita Hernandez, Gonzales, Clarita, Del Pedro, Ramona, Rosita Ramirez. But that name is too long. What can I call you?
Sue.
Sue? But I was talking to her, wasn't I? What do you do for a living?
So.
So?
I appreciated their offer to help. But I couldn't take a chance on Conchita, Guadalupe, Lolita Hernandez, Gonzales, Clarita, Del Prado, Ramona, Rosita Ramirez getting killed. Would drive the tombstone maker nuts. Now I had to make up my mind. I wasn't going to wait for Miller to come looking for me. I decided to go down to the railroad station and wait for him.
He made a vow while in St. Prison, vowed it would be my life for his, and I'm not afraid of death, but oh, what will I do if you leave me?
I reached the railroad station. Frank Miller's train was due to arrive at high noon. With only a few minutes to wait, I went inside.
Train now loading on track 5 for Anaheim. Kamanga.
I was alone in the station except for one cowboy. Thinking I could make him a deputy, I went over to talk to him.
What's your name, partner?
Tex Crosby.
Texas, and you were born in Texas.
No, I was born in Louisiana, but ain't nobody going to call me Louise.
That's an old joke.
Well, it was new in 1875.
Oh, yes. What are you doing here anyway, Tex?
Well, I'm waiting for Frank Miller to arrive. We're going to kill the town marshal.
Oh, you are, eh? Well, I'm the town marshal, and I'm going to kill you.
Train now leaving on track 5 for Anaheim, Azusa, and Coop.
I'll give you a fighting chance. When I count 3, draw on 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh!
Among us.
I got you, Tex.
Oh!
As he lay there, he reminded me of his brother. He was a groaner, too. Now I had gotten rid of one of the killers. The high noon train pulled into the station. Came to a stop. Frank Miller got off the very last car and was met by his 2 remaining henchmen. This was my date with death. I felt a lonely silence as I walked toward the 3 men who wanted to kill me. Alone in the blazing noonday sun with my hands on my gun. Slowly, I kept it going toward them. My clumsy sound man got up and I continued walking. My hands were sweaty. My throat was dry. I knew that within 1 minute, either they or I would be dead. As soon as I got within pistol range, I drew my gun and fired. Yep. I killed all 3 of them. Without giving them a chance to talk. This wasn't the way it was done in the picture. But I know how to save money on actors. I was safe now.
only problem was whether to ask my wife to come back to me, or go looking for Conchita Guadalupe, Lolita Hernandez, Gonzalez Sarita del Prado, Ramona Rosita Ramirez. But regardless of the mix-up in daylight saving time, I and the whole town knew it was high noon. We're a little late, so good night, folks.